Hello, welcome back to another episode of Faith in Despair. Today we're gonna take a look at switching cards on a lane by a simple click, adding in for a right click, square long press. Also, we're gonna take a look at cleaning up the mess that we made in the last 2 weeks. We will see. Is that the ads count down? No. Hello Renderpunk and hello Nixonali. How are you guys doing? How was your weekend? The stream today is gonna be really nice. We're just gonna, take a look around, add a small stuff thing, feature. We will see. But how was you giggling? All right, good. Today we had a little bit of an intro, but on Wednesday I'm gonna be in Berlin, so we will see about the new intro. We will see. That might not happen. I will do an iOS stream in Berlin, probably. Like the plan is that I'm gonna land in Berlin at around 12:30 or whatever. I'm not sure. And then I'm gonna take something to Berlin. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's a taxi, maybe it's public transport. And then I'm gonna go to the hotel and then maybe I will live stream there. I'm not entirely sure yet. It depends on the people that I'm gonna meet there. It depends on the hotel actually being open at this time. I don't know yet. We will see. On Thursday, I'm gonna meet Imhixtep, sorry. And we will not stream that. We will just hang out a little bit. And on Friday, I'm planning also another iOS stream in Berlin. But that's the plan. So nothing really confirmed yet. It depends on what kind of people I'm going to meet there. We will see. Hello, Nixonali. Amazing weekend. Made myself some Nori market toge. Nice. I think they turned a little bit better than last time. Still need some practice. Cool. I mean, cooking is all about trying things out and repeating that. Keep doing that. Hello, and remember. Yeah, damn, it sounds delicious. Yes. They're my favorite. Pro. The weekend was terrible and cold. Thankfully, a new week has begun. It's all behind me now. Yes. One-way ticket to Berlin, please. Yeah. Not sure if I can help you there, but we will see. There's another thing that just popped up. So I had the decision between 3 events at the end of May. The first event was... it's called, what is it called? Expo Gamers or something like that. It's in Croatia. Or the second one was TwitchCon EU in Rotterdam, again, like last year. And the third one was Vienna Comics Vienna, I don't know, it's some kind of comic convention. And between the three, I could not decide because all 3 of those were on the same weekend. So I said to myself, all right, I will just throw a dice. So I input all 3 events into, there's an online wheel where you can spin the wheel with the entries that you've made yourself. I let it spin and it landed on Vienna Comic Convention. So at the end of May, I'm gonna display Faith in Despair at the Vienna Comic Convention at an indie table. It's gonna be really, really cool because the anime crowd is usually very nerdy, very cool, very nice. So we're gonna have new playtesters there and maybe 1 or 2 new fans. We will see. Vienna Comic Con. Yeah, it's called Comics Vienna. Let me find a link to this. Comics Vienna. Yeah, Vienna Comics. I don't know. It is a little bit of a weird name, but Faith in Despair is gonna be there, and I'm really excited. And it was decided by chance. Yeah, sometimes I just like to take a chance to wheel. Hello, King Spidey. How is it going? How is Queen Spidey doing? Nice, very nice indeed. Yeah. It is pretty warm lately here. Gotta keep the windows somewhat open as my room temperature would climb up to 28 degrees Celsius. Wow. It is kind of warm here already, even though today it rained all day, so it has cooled down a little bit. But in general, I would say the humidity has increased, not just because of the rain, but it just feels like summer is coming. Summer is definitely coming. and we don't like summer. Want me to take it to Vienna then? Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, sure. So the first thing that I want to take a look at today is clicking on a lane to switch between the cards. That should be relatively easy, but you know, I've had oh, also boss card, boss rush mode is always on for some reason. I'm gonna look at this after this. So the first one is still the switching card one. Let's go into a boss fight. I don't really care. Let's put these here and wait for the next turn. Let me flex my Norimake in your Discord, okay? Just his DMs. Just my DMs. No, let me open my DMs. My DMs are not open at the moment. I mean, they are open, you can send me, but they are not open on my browser yet. There we go. Why are you playing Roblox? Okay. That looks pretty delicious, I would say. Pretty nice. I don't think he has Norimake in Discord server of any sort. Yeah. No, that looks pretty good. How hard is that to make? I would assume not that hard. You just make the rice and then add some ingredients to the rice and then fill it up in the algae leaves. That's my prediction. I don't know. And this one was really cool. The short that you sent me about this fast-paced card game. That is a really neat idea. I still have not checked out the game myself, but a pretty cool idea. You just have to play the cards as fast as possible because they explode in your hands. It could work, but why the hell are you playing Roblox, man? Are you okay? Arigatou gozaimasu. Alright. Itadakimasu. Cool. So we have a new one. A new creature. And so in theory, I want to have this here. And if I click the same card again, if it is a stack, it will switch between the stack cards. That is the plan. Let's see if this is working. We also have the new blessing effects here. Isn't that cool? I just feel so blessed having these on. What happens when I have this? Oh my god, it even works in big mode. Go big mode, guys. Okay, let's see what kind of function here is called here. Target ally. All right, target ally seems good. That sounds really good because that means it is only for ally cards. That is really, really nice. Alright. And the same thing should happen when you kind of have a long press, I guess. No, long press is details. Yeah. We still need to make the long press for mobile for the detail card. Alright, we have target ally. Void target ally. Oh, there comes YouTube chat. Hello YouTube chat, how are you doing? Always takes a little bit. I don't know why. Target ally. If pick card is not null, return. Otherwise, if target card is 0, then okay. So what happens if it's the same card? Pick card, huh? Let's just debug log out the picked card. Get target card. We should have the target card, yeah. Target card. Well, I've played Roblox game in the past, which is Sonic Speed Simulator. It's kind of official Sonic game. Wow. Although I've dropped it a while ago after obtaining a lot of Place the Cat appearances in the game. Okay. However, recently they added Burning Blaze, aka Super Blazed. So now I am grinding to get that one. Once I will probably drop Roblox again. Alright. Interesting. Well, to be fair, Roblox has... I'm just taking a wild guess. Roblox has more players than Steam. Is that true? Okay, how many players does Roblox have? Let's see. It is official in terms that it's supported by Sega, so they use 200p for monetization. Oh, okay, it is not modern, but Roblox boasts approximately 380 million monthly active users. Okay, how many monthly active users are there on Steam? Oh my god. Steam has approximately, okay, let's just take the average, like let's say 200 million monthly users. 200 million and around 380 million monthly users on Roblox. Can you imagine that? Double the amount of Steam, almost. That's insane. That is really insane. Like there's the Steam almost feels like a bubble at this point. That is really crazy. Like, of course, like, yeah, I don't know, something. You actually think you can? Yeah. No, this is really insane. Like, a lot of people, myself included, were not aware of this. Like, how big Roblox actually is. And we should remind ourselves a little bit about that. Does it spell the end of Steam? No, probably not. But if you think about it, a lot of people are growing up with Roblox nowadays. So the need for Steam is not there at all for these people. So once they get older, it's gonna, you know, Steam will be like, wait a minute, we are over here, but Roblox, they are still over there, I guess. Roblox is a bit more predator in terms of a lot of things, to be honest, right? But it still has twice the amount of players, and that's insane. In all fairness, if Sonic Speed Simulator had similar experience, but built on Unity, I would probably prefer Unity. Well, the money, I mean, just follow the money, right? If they can make a lot of money on, or at least some money on Roblox, why would they go anywhere else? And that's insane. Why would they go to Sandbox? So, if you think about it, you know, it was just released Sandbox on Steam, which is basically Wave's Source 2 engine, kind of similar to Garry's Mod, and you will be able to share, to actually sell your games on Steam. I honestly believe this sort of feels like they were trying to mimic Roblox in a weird way. But I cannot see it working out. Like the mixed reviews, I don't think they are that serious, but let's read on. There's the make word from Connor leaves simply because they don't want to associate with this. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of AI slop at the moment. Yeah, that is how does well, it has mixed reviews because it has a lot of AI slop. But how does Roblox manage this? Because I would imagine there's a lot of AI stuff as well on Roblox, right? Roblox is a game engine stinks. Well, I'm not sure about. I guess I would say this. Warcraft 3 as a game engine also stinks, right? But people were able to make a lot of really cool things with it. So yeah, I might be wrong, but you know, playbase is so big. It's almost the population of a country like Indonesia in terms of numbers. It is insane. It is insane, and especially in terms of some game developers, again myself included, not being aware of that fact for quite a while. It's not that I want to make Roblox games now, but the fact that this exists is crazy to me. Like it's not something that you can easily overlook. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's mainly about AI. Like there's some game fees for exporting. It costs $100. I mean, that is the default Steam thingy. Incredible toxic community with egos where they don't want to help you when you have any questions about learning the game engine. Gatekeepers are never really good, yeah. Gatekeepers, whenever you have a new tool or whatever, it's never a good idea. So yeah, maybe it will die again soon, I don't know. I guess it was still worth a try. Please make not Faith in Despair not in Roblox. Yeah, I have no intention of making anything in Roblox, to be honest. I know that the creator of Dicey Dungeons, he actually made something for Roblox once. Roblox is a weird word to say for me. Roblox, Dicey Dungeons, Creator. Creatore, I don't know why I said that this way. Is now electrocuting? No. Ah, there it is. Yeah, he... the creator of Dicey Dungeons was... And the 6V creator, whatever. Also, what is it called? Hexagon something? He was playing with Roblox a little bit, which is, I think, the first time I actually saw somebody use Roblox for game dev back then when he wrote about it. But I don't know. It's like when I see this, I'm like, what is going on? Don't do it. Hello, T-Bag. How are you? Min Slappers December. I don't think Roblox really mentions that stuff. That is interesting. So I would assume there's a lot of AI stuff going on Roblox. I don't know. We will see. Or I guess I will not see. Let's save this and see what happens. How was your weekend, T-Bag? Did you get to slap the mint in the gym? In the gym, tired and stressed out? Oh no. Was it a typical Monday for you? Yeah. I would say it was a regularly more or less calm Monday for me, which was nice. We put some stuff online last week, so this week was a bit calmer. We would just go through changes or open stuff that we missed. Thank God I was raised with Source games and the jank and not that Roblox crap. Yeah. Dude, it's... I mean, there is also a bunch of people who grew up with Minecraft jank. So... And... if it's anything like me and Half-Life, they will stick to it for the rest of their life. Like, I am so used to Half-Life and the Half-Life jank that I'm just so comfortable with it that I will always seek that out in some weird way, right? And I would assume it's the same thing for people who have grown up with Minecraft, grown up with Roblox. At some point it's gonna be nostalgic for them and they will just retreat into that feeling forever and ever. So nothing happens here. Does the target change when I do this? Target L, no, this is still here. I've literally seen someone's avatar wearing literal Sonic appearance and item pieces, but just seen as Adventure 2. And stuff. People just take items, create their own lobby, add items and name them funny and then use those items to look cool. Okay. Yeah. It's definitely a cesspool, I would say, Roblox in general, because it's just so many people that you will eventually get bad actors. There's just no way out of that. I'm just so surprised it is actually still around, to be honest, because how can you avoid all of the bad stuff with such a large user base and user-generated content? I have no idea. I have no idea. Let me find what this does here. Hello. A lot of money, yeah. Yeah, there's also like teenagers that make a lot of money on Roblox. People just think, already saw it. Yes, more people, more money. More people, more money, and more problems. Very untypical. Got an audit tomorrow and the documentation is just a mess. Oh. The audits are never fun. Weekend was great. Finished the basic inventory logic from a project. Working on machines that use up stuff. Oh. So the automation game is still a go, right? I can imagine like working on an automation game is very satisfying because it is a systems-based game. So if you add another system to the existing one, it's gonna it should feel very exciting because it enhances what is already there. Ah, it is working. I was just not in the warnings tab. Okay, that's really good, actually. That's really good. If I can now say that target is this, like at some point. Oh yeah, this is where we return. If target card is picked card, so this is where we can probably do something. Yeah. Debug log. Switch lane cards. Yay! Let's confirm that. But yeah, other than that, my weekend was quite alright. On Saturday, we visited my mother for Mother's Day, which was on Sunday, but we visited one day earlier because we wanted to avoid the public transport stress. I spoke about it last stream, I guess, but if you want to take the public transport in Austria on Mother's Day, expect chaos, because everybody is gonna visit the mother. Yes, really cool. It was fun optimizing methods so I can use them for different tasks. But at the end, I said I should stop because I should continue on new systems and mechanics. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds really cool. Switch link cards. What about here? Switch link cards. There it is. Okay, that looks really good. We are going to make a new function. How are we gonna call this? We can say switch card on, no, switch stack cards. I should say cycle stack cards. There it is. Cycle stack cards. Void. We should this be on the lane itself? Maybe. We will see. I hope everybody's moms are doing good these days. Yeah. I do sense something in that message. Not sure I want to explore it, but my mom is doing well, yes. Everyone and the mother are going to visit the mothers, yeah. That's true. It's like a huge convergence. It's like... Cycle stack cards. So what do we want to do here? We want to check out... Get the current card. Get the current lane, or let's say parent lane, and then we can say lane cycle stack cards. I think this is probably best if it's just on the lane. It's like momcon is happening. True. Oh, by the way, T-Bag, are you gonna be at I don't know if I should ask this question, but are you gonna be at Comics Vienna? Because I will be there. I don't know if you're gonna be there, T-Bag, but I'm gonna be there with my game. And likely there's at least one other indie game dev there that I know of, who's a good friend of mine. But yeah, this I'm gonna be there on May 30th and May 31st. It's not a mom joke. If you make a mom joke on Mother's Day, good lord, may God help you. Picked card is picked card. If currently we're just gonna, you know, have a sanity check here, is null, return. I feel like we should have a numerator here. Get the current parent lane, yes. If current card get parent Ella lane is null, we're also gonna return. This is all just sanity check, guys. Something that everybody has to do every now and then. Especially when sleeping. Dude, I had the weirdest sleep today. Like, I've almost, entirely gotten rid of the fact that I didn't sleep so good. So, I've been talking about a long time ago, I've been talking about that I had trouble sleeping, and then I found a way to cure myself of that. More or less. And now, yesterday was weird. Yesterday was really strange. I dreamed about spiders crawling over my body. Stuff like that. It was not good. Comic-Con, or what exactly? When is it? It is at the end of May. 30. Mai. It's kind of a Comic-Con, yeah. It's just a bunch of anime nerds. I asked another game dev friend of mine what to expect, and he said furries dressed as military people. And I said, alright, gotcha. Military. Alright, okay. Okay, I'll check it out, nice. I personally assume like there's gonna be a lot of nerds, a lot of gaming nerds and anime nerds, and it's gonna be really, really nice. It's gonna be a good, clean fun. I expect it to be Magic the Gathering fans, and my game is Magic the Gathering inspired, has a Magic the Gathering artist, so chances are I will meet at least one person who is gonna be into this game, and that is my goal. That is a terrifying dream. I've had a much cooler dream, although I do not remember much of it, sadly. Yeah, that one was weird, and also, okay, this was so scary. I don't know what happened. I woke up because of this dream, right? And I think I also heard a noise somewhere outside somewhere in the apartment, which sometimes just happens because we have a cat or people in the walls. I don't know. But it is so weird. I turn around and I see my wife sleeping next to me, and I just got scared of her. I was like, wait a minute, this is my wife. Why am I just suddenly scared of her? And she was just sleeping, didn't really do anything, but she was just sleeping with her head staring right at me. And for a second I was so scared. That was so weird. Like, I was like, what is my brain doing right now? How is this? This doesn't make any sense. Well, yeah, now it's so good. Current card. Get parent Ella lane. Cycle stack cards. We don't need any fear, that's fine. Brain was definitely in a funny place. Yeah. That's so relatable. Right? I thought so. Anyway. We have an Ella lane. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna make a general function out of this. A general lane function. Public void. Not pub leaf. I had a dream inside a dream last night. Oh, all right. What was it? Do you wanna say? It was a really special experience. I don't think I've ever had that, to be honest. A dream inside a dream? Okay, I can imagine one thing. I think, okay, I take it back. I think I might have had that experience once where I woke up in a dream, but then I slowly realized that I was still dreaming. I think that is what I once experienced. Nya, Terok. Did she have her eyes open? That's scary. She did not have her eyes open, but I also couldn't really see it because it was dark. So all I saw was basically shadows. And so, I don't know, it was just so weird. Like, my mind was in a really weird place. There is a reason why I usually sleep with lights. Because I just see things in the dark. It just is what it is. Yeah, it's not good. And I don't even watch any horror movies or whatever. Don't play horror games, nothing. It's just everything, my mind just comes up with the strangest things sometimes. I get these lucid dreams all the time. I know I'm dreaming and it quickly derails into some vortex of nightmares. That's interesting. So you know you're dreaming, but you're not in control of it. Draw that stuff. I mean, today it was just a bunch of spiders crawling all over my body. That's not really much to draw upon. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, spiders, cool, everywhere. I love it. I mean, in general, yeah. I mean, sometimes when I have nightmares or dreams in general, I try to write them down, or I try to be inspired by them. You know, stuff that happened to end up in Halfquake and stuff like that. I had a weird dream with a mix of Dark Souls and 103, and then I woke them. Then I woke. Then to tell my friend, not realizing I was still in a dream. Oh my god. That is interesting. It's only once I woke up for real that I realized I had this succession of dreams. That is strange, yeah. That is very strange. I'm trying to think what like that one time, but I think it was a long time ago. But I don't remember what it was about. That's the other thing. Like you dream about something and then it just slowly fades away. It's almost I always think about this like that, because I feel like when you have a dream, it could actually be you just experiencing things that are happening to you in a different dimension. So this is just you know, an idea for a short story or whatever. So what you are seeing is actually something that a different version of you is actually experiencing or seeing. That is at least an idea for a short story. If anybody wants to write that, feel free. I've actually had a dream of being someone named Delphi. Well, again, the same theory applies. Maybe in another dimension you are called Delphi. Delphi VT. From what scattered pieces of dreams that I can gather in my mind, I was somewhat of an alien or space station conducted experiment. Okay, you're probably playing too much Voices of the Void. An intelligent being capable of using technology and knowing language, but incapable of speaking, and I was scavenging a space station looking for survivors and helping them out. Although communication without voice was a bit tough, especially when you try to help people not knowing you. Yeah. as Vanderpunk said, were you taken by the Voices of the Void? Could be. You know, normally when I have dreams like that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's because 1 week ago I watched a trailer for a horror movie, or I've seen some images on social media where, you know, I follow a lot of dark artists, where I see some really dark art sometimes. And it's like, oh yeah, this was my mind just, you know, defragmentating that away or something like that, or putting that into the good old archive. But sometimes I get weird dreams that I'm like, okay, I cannot trace that back to anything. I told my friend about it for real this time, and she told me that this can happen really rarely. Okay, yeah. Well, again, maybe, yet, I don't know. There are several, you know, books and studies on how to tell what dreams mean. You know, I find this actually really fascinating. My grandfather was into this as well. He had several books about the meanings of dreams, which I found really fascinating. It's probably all hocus pocus, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was something about it. It would have been even more interesting when your friend also told you that she had a similar dream. Then it would be crazy. It was really a weird dream, because I can remember at the end of it having to communicate with handwriting, and I also remember actually recognizing my own messy handwriting. I was able to read it. Wow. I might be a bit too deep into Voices of the Void. Okay. You're kind of starting to lose your sanity. Maybe I will dilute my voice afterwards. Streams a bit in coming days with something else. Yeah, I don't know. People say the universe could just be a dream. Who knows, right? Who knows? Then again, if you believe in spirituality and stuff like that, could be. She actually had a weird dream, but not multiple dreams. Okay, at the same time though. At the same time, in the same night. Because then that would be crazy. Now that's a great premise for a book. People wake up and over the next couple of days realize that all of them have the same dream, and then it gets really scary. Yeah, why not? The same night, okay. See? Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna go full into spiritual mode right now, but you know, sometimes I just don't believe in coincidences, you know. When people say they find the soulmate or whatever, I just, you know, people from previous lives and stuff like that. I don't know. It just sometimes it's like, okay, that's not a coincidence, is it? Is it? Then again, humans are very good at recognizing patterns. So that's the other side of the coin. I actually asked Katrin to make a costume or two for this PNG tour model. So once I get one of those, there will be a new game to be added into schedule. Okay, a new game. Nice. Because the model would reflect that new game. Is that it? I'm pretty sure there already is something like that, but I forgot the name. But Tarok, usually when somebody has an idea, you do not shoot them down. Usually when somebody goes to you with an idea, the flame is very small. It's like this big, right? People show the idea to you, and what you need to do is you need to add to the flame. You need to be like, oh my god, this is incredible, and then you need to, you know, add wood to it or whatever, make it spark. So what you're doing by saying, oh, that already exists, is you're doing that. And that flame is gone. New model for a different game? Yeah, nice. Anyone to shoot him down? I know. So, I know you didn't do it on purpose, Tarek. That is why I'm telling you. Usually when people come to you with ideas, there's always, I have the same reflex. There's always something like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. But it always has the opposite effect. There's no intention behind saying this, but the effect that it has on the person is they will give up on the idea immediately. Renderpunk could have written a novel right now that would have given him a one-way ticket to Berlin. You know? Elden Ring sometime maybe, yeah, okay. I love Elden Ring, dude. Can your PC run Elden Ring? Kiss the OS beyond human comprehension? He can stay right enough. So whenever I tell people about new game ideas that I have and stuff like that, people always say this. Oh, it's like this and it's like this, and yeah, it's from this game that has existed 10 years ago. And thankfully, I've gone completely numb to this. I'm like, yeah, cool. I understand like things already exist. But to people with a very thin skin, who have not shared their ideas a lot before, this can be very detrimental to their experience or to their growth and stuff like that. So we have to be mindful about what we're doing. Anyway, kindle the flame. Kindle the flames. Like imagine, I don't know, I don't have a reference point for a story or whatever, but imagine like an author coming up with a story and it has sold a lot of copies, and imagine somebody would have come up to them in the beginning and said, but it's just like Lord of the Rings. Oh, Lord of the Rings already exist. Why are you writing another fantasy story? I'm not saying you did that, but it's just... Other times I had a music idea. Oh, music is awful, because if you have a melody in your head and you just play it, and then somebody comes along and is like, oh, that's this song by this artist, and I'm like, no, I guess. I guess, yeah, maybe. And then I don't like the idea anymore. But it's, you know, in music especially, it's so hard to find new melodies, and music is awful. So it doesn't really matter in music that something sounds alike. I would say that, especially in music, it is even more so about the execution. It is even more about your own voice. Like, instead of saying, oh yeah, this combination of notes already exists. I mean, the chances of you finding a completely new melody are very, very slim. Chances are high that what you are going to find or compose already exists, but it's all about your voice and your choice of instruments, your choice of kicks and drums, and your mixing and combination in general, like your composition in general of this melody. A few days later, I stumbled upon something that's kind of that idea, but really well made. Yeah, this happens to me as well. Like, sometimes I would have this sounds really weird, but sometimes I hear a melody in the radio and I'm like, oh, I use the same chord progression. And it's like, but this guy made it really big. And then I'm like, okay, but why? What is the difference? And then I try to listen to the details and try to understand and learn, and maybe, you know, try something what I've learned the next time I make music. What do you think about covering a melody riff you really love? Okay. I would say it is definitely possible to do that, but you just gotta be really mindful of that, to not have the exact same melody. Because then you will get probably flagged in terms of, you know, all of these algorithms out there trying to match you up to other songs or whatever. So if it's a thin line to walk on. What I do, and what I really like to do, is I try to listen to a song that I really, really like, and then I just reconstruct that feeling from scratch. I will just try to avoid the melody specifically. Okay, here's an example. Here's a very good example. Let me find this. It is on the Faith and Despair soundtrack. And you will probably call me insane or whatever. But there is one song. Okay, Pick Me Up. So Pick Me Up is a copy of a section of a Korn song. And you will never hear this, probably. You will not hear this. Even if I show it to you, you will not hear it. But I will try. Okay, at some point the guitar will come in. Okay, here it is. It is very slow. Did you hear that? Da da da. And now we'll sing the Korn song. Wake me up. Da 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 da. So these were 3 notes taken from a Korn song. So this is what you can do. You can just slow it down if you like. Team C incoming, yeah. If you like a specific melody or a specific moment in a song, you can try to take that and slow it down and maybe try to play harmonizing notes on top of the other notes, so to not get the exact song. But you can get away with a lot of stuff. You can even reverse the melody or play the opposite melody and stuff like that. It is possible. But yeah, you gotta be really careful with that. This card was removed by Sony Music Entertainment on behalf of Universal Music Group. Damn it. There's a song called Claro Bags where I really like the riffs and I want to do something with it. Again, you can just take the melodies, play around with them, make them your own. That's what I do sometimes. For example, what is it called? Beautiful Crazy. Beautiful Crazy is, I mean, I did 3 covers basically of Beautiful Crazy, and what was the other one? Terza Millennium by Sepultura, and there was Nin Leaving Hope. And I just, you know, especially Beautiful Crazy, where I turn into Beautiful Crazy. I think this one especially, I got the vibe really close without, you know, directly copying it. So if you wanna if you wanna know what I do in cases like these, just listen to these 3. This one is called Leaving Hope Academy. I didn't even hide the inspiration in my title. And here as well, 3,000 years. It's Terza Millennium. Yeah, that's 3,000 years. I didn't even hide the inspiration because I knew people would compare them anyway. You can do it, but I would say be careful. Here's what my math teacher always told me. You can cheat. Just don't let yourself get caught doing it. And another thing that a YouTuber suggested is yoink and twist. Yoink and twist. So steal something and make it your own. That's what you can do. Anyways, cycle stack cards. Card game manager. Okay, this is oh yeah, it needs to be on the lane, not Kane. Not Citizen Kane. And then, so here's what we're gonna do. Take the first card. Pick me up. Young and this sounds so childish, but it works. In terms of YouTube, if you want to make a video and you see something that is really successful, you can take the same idea, but you put your own twist on it. Yoink! 20 streams in a series. Wow! Don't skip leg day, folks. You won't believe how many things you can get away with if you're fast in your feet. True. Back of the array and make sure is face up, face down, re-init menu, oh no, refresh menu buttons, next frame. Maybe set first card to active now. Not sure about that. It's okay. Oh, okay. Also, maybe next stream we will actually have TTS Eerie integration. Nice. So you're still working on that? Cool. I'll be testing it tomorrow. Make sure that it really works. Cool. Do we have the placed cards? Yes, we do. All right. Placed cards. 0. I guess we can say card is placed cards. Remove at 0. Well, oh, that's the void. Okay, then we will say place card 0. Remove the 0. And then put it into the back of the array. Card face down. Card disable card. Disable card slots. Disable collider. Disable everything. Just disable. I would have had it on Saturday if it worked as I imagined it would. It didn't. It didn't. Place cards. Add. I'm sure it's the other way around now, but we will see. Place cards 0. Face up. Face up. Refresh menu next frame. Do we have the card manager? Yes. Menu. Refresh buttons next frame. Set first card to pick card. Card game manager picked card is place cards 0. I'm not sure this is good. But yeah. If it's good, I will drink some water. If not, then but it should be good. Yeah, I'm really excited about this week. I've never been to Berlin before.
Prepare for unforeseen consequences.
There will definitely be unforeseen consequences for sure. My plan is to walk through Berlin and see the remnants of the wall. That's what I want to do. You will see. And something that is probably not gonna happen, but I also kind of want to stream on the event, but I'm not sure this is allowed. So, but yeah, I can ask. Oh my god, does it just work? Wait, what? Okay, I'm impressed. Move that back. Move that over here. Move that back. Move that over here. So I believe I'm not sure if I wanna have that active. But it's really cool that you can switch the cards around on the same lane. That's really nice. But I'm not sure if I want to have it active. Okay. There is a pick card function, right? Yeah. Get active card. Zoom out. Put card in front. Card active set to card. Okay, we definitely need to do that as well. Card in front, highlight target. You know what? I think I might just disable it. I might just reset this. Active card is reset picked card. I think this is better, but we will see. If not, you drink twice as much water. It just worked. You forgot to hydrate. Oh my god, I was so surprised. Impossible. How can something work on the first try? It's impossible. Continue. Yeah, this feels a little bit better. Because then it's more like a choice. Move it back. And you have to click it again. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Yeah. Cool. Wie schaut's aus, wenn man mehrere da liegen hat? Haben wir noch irgendwelche... Haben wir noch irgendwelche? Nein, haben wir nicht. Okay. Nächster Kampf. I was too flabbergasted, ja. Zu überrascht. Ich dachte, das kann nicht sein. Herr Lehner, das kann nicht sein. Let's see what happens if we have more. I think that's really good. Now the only thing that activation 0. The only thing that is not apparent yet is we need to somehow tell the player that this is possible. I mean, they might figure it out themselves, but we also need to have a tooltip or whatever. Click again or whatever. Click to swap. I could have an icon at the bottom where it says no. There's a dice. I can have it here below this one. Yeah, okay. But you can do it now. The functionality is in the game. That's good. Maybe I can just add a tip, to be honest. Maybe I can just add a tip. This was suggested by several people. Several people wanted this. Who are they? Yeah, Jesse and this person. Elevator control which keys on top and whether to move a card from a stack or to discard pile. Okay, I cannot do that, but you can now control which is on top. Which was also suggested by another person that I cannot remember for the life of me. It's fine. We need to add new people to the credits. That is actually a big thing because then the credits will take longer to roll, which the music is not prepared for at the end credits. But yeah, we will see. Do I just add a tip? The tip would be named, or would say, click on cards creatures again to cycle. Oh no, to switch only. Cycle through stacks. Click creatures again to cycle through. Oh, click creatures to cycle through lanes, through stacks. That could work. That could work. Click on stack creatures, yeah. Can you have more than 2 cards stacked on the same spot? Yes. If so, how is swapping going to behave if you have like 3 or 4 cards? You will just keep cycling through them. You will just, the longer you click, the more you cycle through them. I was thinking about, you know, having a complicated pop-up or whatever, but if you can just click through them, I think that's better. So if here, for example, you have 3 cards on the same stack, and then you can just click through them. And I think that's really easy and simple. Short stacked creatures in the game when? No. We have ads coming up, so I'm gonna take a short break and I will be right back. Short stack. If you apply tiny to all creatures. Yeah. And 111 target Lakama that applies the vector stack instead of just the cards facing up would be too niche. I was thinking about having a kind of a, what is it called? A trample, where you damage the first card and everything, you know, it just also deals damage to the cards below it. The problem is that you don't see it. And that is kind of a, that feels kind of weird, where it's like, yeah, it does something to the cards that you do not see. So, in a way, Trampelschaden, exactly. Tarek knows his magic. Yes, it sounds really cool. Maybe I will figure out a solution at some point. Okay. We have a tip system somewhere. That's it. Tarek has an idea. Okay, then we have show tip 2, show tip 7. How many tips are there? We have 7 tips. Okay, let's add another one. Show tip 8. A routine for this. Disable all input. Then we have tip 7, tip 8. Show arrows. Please don't show any arrows. Why does this have, why is this underlined? Sir, why are you underlined? Mit dem gleichen Parameter, what? Are you saying this already exists? Oh, this already exists, okay. Tip 9. Is tip 9 better? Unity? Please help me out here. Tip 9 also already exists. Oh. Does tip 10 exist? Okay. Tip 11 does not exist. Cool, we have it's a lot of tips. I've arrived at home. Home is where your balmy goreng is. Okay, alright, yeah. I mean, imagine sleep getting applied to stack, your sleeping creature's skill, and it's sleep, the one from under it emerges, and it's also already fast asleep. Welcome home, T-Vec. Make the animation for Trampelschaden so big that it spreads to the other cards in the back. If it triggers, sync the damage to the other cards, and get with a little shake. True. That's Indonesian. Do you speak Bahasa? Babotsa? 12. 12. Probably not. Okay. Tip number 12. Where is tip number 11 shown? Never. Okay. Show tip 11. Oh. What about showing tip 10? If total runs, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Total fights is this. Total fights is, I would say, 5. Something like that. And not boss fight. We don't care about boss fight. tip 11. Cool. Show tip 11. Show tip 12. I'm gonna rename this. This song here is the inspiration GTA 4? No. No. The inspiration for this song is Soulstorm. This was and then Imix Step was like, oh yeah, then I will just make this. Imhotep made it crazy. Then he made a GTA mix out of it. Exactly. So the tip is called Tip 10. Tip 11. Original Soulstorm versus imitate Soulstorm. Which is stormier? Which is soulier? You decide. Good question. Very good question indeed. The root is a standing one, it doesn't count. True. Let's add it to a list and then see what people say. Detect language and turn it into cringe. I mean German. I guess it works. Good, let's import it. Place it. Where is it shown again? Let me see. Let me see. Has seen cuts in this. I would say total fights is greater than, yeah, total fights is greater than 5, that's good. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Don't show too many tips, you know? Gotta be very careful with that. Next thing on the list. Boss rush mode is always on for some reason. Okay, let's investigate. Run creator. Why do I always say run creatore? Why is there an Italian in my hand? It's in my fingers. Why do I have the need to say creatore? Where does it come from? There it is. Run creatore. CS. Boss rush. Current game mode. Alle so. It is not actually set. Switch game mode. It doesn't check for game mode yet. Alright. Alright. We have current game mode. Wait, maybe it is already checked. Let's see. It is checked. It is. So... Wait, is that... Oh. It should be normal by default, but maybe that changed for some weird reason. The run creator is where? Hello run creator, how are you today? What do you have as default? Eternal difficulty keyword. It doesn't really say. That's because, yeah, okay. Let's see. Debug mode on. What is the default? It doesn't say. I have a suspicion. That normal is not the default game mode. It's also not public. Okay, so it shouldn't matter then. Right? Then we will just say here, what is the current game mode? Debug log. ToString. And then we will see. Oh, is this the right one? Yeah. Because this is fill deck. Yeah, okay. It's a different condition. Now we will see if I start a new run and I have game mode set to normal. It is still boss rush mode. Why? Dear sir, why are you boss rush mode? It says normal. Okay, I have a suspicion. It's probably because... Oh my god. I'm gonna make a new function here. Public bool is boss, not booze. What is a booze rush mode? Does anybody know what a booze rush mode is? Is that what people do on Saturday evening? Return this. No, booze rush. Booze rash? That's the day after. Current game mode equals boss rush. Okay. I feel like we need to actually check this in the map generator. Yeah. I feel like there's missing something. That's a little bit scary because I don't exactly know what the map generator is doing. Oh, okay, I can probably check GitHub, right? I'm summoning GitHub. GitHub is here. Lanes, yes. Okay, let's go to history. What did I change in the map generation? Because I wanna find out what I added to it and where I need to add safeguards. Sign boss fight, that's fine. Just saw an announcement of PGDA Discord about comics. Were you talking about that? Yes. Yes, exactly. Yep, that was it. And so I had 3 possible events on the same weekend. I was going to go to Expo Gamers in Croatia. I was going to go to TwitchCon EU in Rotterdam. And Comics Vienna. And then I just added it all to a wheel. I think this is choose one option randomly. Is this still here? Yeah. Then I just pasted all 3 of them here. Does it still work? Yeah. And then I basically just spun the wheel and it landed on Comics Vienna. So I was like, okay, let's stick to it and let's go to this one. Yeah, I gambled my my decision away. And you said you're going to be a place where good old T-Bug also might be. Yes. Exactly. Hello, Imixtep. How is it going? I have so if I'm gonna be at the I'm still looking at GitHub, guys. If I'm gonna be at the Vienna Comics event, I will just set up. I will try to set up a live stream. This is just an idea that I had earlier today. I can probably just set up the camera near my booth or near my table, and maybe try to interview a few game devs every now and then that are coming by. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Maybe just for 2 hours or something like that. That could be fun. But I might also be missing out on people playing my game and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure if it's a good idea. But maybe just walking around once and whatever. We will see. Because I assume there's at least one streamer going to be there. At least one. I'm betting on 2D Kiri. 2D Kiri is a Austrian streamer who has first of all a lot of followers, but I also met her at Game City, which she's streaming right now. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, I expect that she might actually be there, but we will see. Because I also talked to her at Game City. So the changes are, that is probably the new one, yeah. The olden era, if my guess is correct. Is it? Where's the game name? Olden era, yeah. It's Olden era. It's the new game that just came out. There you go. It just came out. I already have it, but haven't played it yet. Because I'm addicted to Slay the Spire 2. But it looks really, really good. Like, I'm so excited to play it. It even has this bear, you know? There it is. It has this bear. I need to play it. And I'm really excited about it. Okay. Master, that is not it. This must be it. Map generator. Did it kind of come back to older style of game visuals? Yeah. Absolutely. It's like they finally listened a little bit. Or maybe they were just like, you know what? Let's just milk the nostalgia factor and try to see if anybody complains. Nobody's complaining. Map generators, yes. Generatore. It looks like the third one more like 4 and 5, yeah. And that's really cool. I mean, 4 was alright. 5 was a bit too 3D, I would say. Not in a good way. Like more like anyways, make sure the left hand has one shot and the right hand has boss fight. Okay, we can probably just say if, or maybe we can do it inside of the function. Yeah, let's do that. Do we have the game maker here? If if heroes if heroes of Might and Magic go in Olden Era, then return. It's not gonna work. I'm so sorry. Do we have the card game manager? Get card game. I don't have the card game manager. Why not? Right, I don't need this anymore. Headbang, beautiful. Yes, yes. Or T-bang. Or T-bang. Wow. Do we have a map card game manager? Yes. There we go. It's boss rush mode. If not boss rush, we will return. So good. I think we have fixed this. Might hurt a bit. Might hurt a bit, yeah. I almost slept from slapping to banging, but that's not good. I shouldn't say that. Anyway. The next thing on the list is adding info for right click, square, long press. Okay, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be very fun because we have added the new right click to show the card details, and now we need to clean it up because at the moment it is very buggy. It can definitely ruin things for you. And then we have a bunch of other smaller things as well that we can tackle, that we can bang out. If Unity complies today. So adding info for right click. This is supposedly in the lower left of card status. I just realized this is gonna be weird. So we will have to think about this. My turn. I have no idea. I'm just saying stuff out loud. Let's see if this is working now with a normal mode. Start. Yes, normal mode has been restored. That is very good. The blessings are showing through the inventory. Let's fix that. Let's try to fix that. What happened there? Blessed idle loop effect, yes. It might just be a layering issue. Renderer. What is that? Sorting layer ID is 0. Huh. What about the particles? You rang? Oh, random. No, we are not using pop-up. This is probably going to be health bar. Yes. And the same thing here. Health bar and the same thing here. This is already default and this is also default. Okay, so it was just the two. Good. Let's fix that really quickly. Blessed idle loop effect. Blessed idle loop effect. A renderer punk is supposed to be in health bar. Oh, I can try setting it to default. I can try. See what happens. Pop up default. That might just work. But we need to test it. The way we do this is right click, square, long press. Okay, this needs to be at the lower end. Okay, this is gonna be weird. But you know what? We like weird problem solving. So this is fixed. That's great. Now what about when it is in front? Now it is not fixed. Can I fix it as well? We probably can, to be honest. We have fixed a bunch of greater things in the past. Oh, there it is, okay. We have extremity effect. Test the spirit, yeah. Yes, default sort layer 1. 10? 20? Okay, what layer are you on? Canvas? You are in inventory. Aha. Inventore. I can set it to inventory, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be good. Probably not. Let's just be honest. Probably not. It doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's keep it at that for now. That's fine. You don't have to see all of the particles when you open up stuff. Now, Random Punk might have a different opinion, but anyway, when we open a card, card status, we know the card status size. Okay, let me add. Does every card have this now? No, it needs to be in the card status. Card status. Where are you? Card status. There you are. So we have card status and we have a missing sprite. Interesting. We are going to copy the icon and the text from the end turn. That's what we're gonna do. It feels like an operation. Does anybody have a scalpel? Close button. No, we need the end turn button. Shop, fight UI, sacrifice, card UI, card menu. There it is. Hard, end turn button. Controls display, yes, this is what we need. Paste is child. I'm gonna set it to 0, or maybe not. Maybe not. Unity is like having a stroke. Weird spirit, but the spirit nonetheless. It is a spirit, that's true. Only show for controller? No. Let's try it. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. See what happens. Pick a spot and I will burn there. There was a... My wife and I played a demo once and I think it was a... Was it a fighting game? I'm not sure, but at some point the fighter introduced himself and he said, pick a spot and I will bury you there. And yeah, that just became a bit of a running gag. Okay, fight. That is weird, how that is wrapped. So this is something we need to fix. Just got a YouTube short about motor styles that is hella funny. Wanna watch? We need to hear what's been told there though. Okay, but only one. How long is it? Is it longer than 30 seconds? Then not. Give me a second. It's card status. Card status. Where are you? Oh, that's not even a card status. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? It is card status. Okay. Weird. Very strange. Are you saying that something is not right today? Test. So something like that is what I imagined. It's almost 3 minutes. Okay, that's long. That is not a short, that is a long. That's a long, my friend. Okay, we need to move it outside of it. And I think I'm just gonna paste it again. Card status. Remove. Paste. As child. But yeah, motor style seems to be liked. I think it sold a lot. It was number 2 in the sales of last week, so that's really good. Scratch cards with random effects. I hate to be the same person that I told people not to be, but this exists. I'm showing you this because I think it's a really good idea. They actually made it happen. You can scratch things. Yeah. What can I say? People just figured out. You remember that, okay. So it was on purpose. It was like, is Nixonale making a reference or not? It is crazy how people figured out how the gambling mechanics work well in a regular game setting, and they're rolling in the dough because of that now. Cliff index. Controls display. Okay, we have a list here of comments. Oh my god, somebody was really putting in the work here. It needs to be 1. What is that? Oh, only mouse? Dude, somebody really made a really nice tool here. Associated action. No. Yes, no. Okay, I think I need 2. But let's try right click first. This is 12. So I'm just saying only mouse. See what happens then. Let's see what happens. Description needs to be card details, I suppose. Card details. Okay, we will figure it out. One step at a time. Most nice is almost 2k reviews as of now, 84% positive, so very received. Yeah. Don't know if there were some crazy sales, no. I mean, there are definitely some crazy sales. If you mean it's sold a lot, definitely. Because usually you can, you know, if it has, 2,000 reviews, I would say it's sold around... I don't know. A lot. It sold a lot. Is that something? Something is not right today. Sky is red and people pray. There is a very controversial release. However, have you heard of mixtape? Oh yeah, I have heard of mixtape. I have heard of mixtape, and some people say it's just a movie, and some people say it's the best thing ever. So I don't know. But it's funny that it's not really funny. It's just interesting. There is I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Because in general, people like it, right? It has a 91% positive, very positive rating. However, this is the most helpful review. Which has a crazy amount of community awards. Like it's almost like there are 2 camps here fighting for the validity of this game or whatever, or how good this game is. As a game, it gets a 1 out of 10, and people are like, "That's it, yeah, absolutely." But on the other hand, you have 1,800 people kind of agreeing that's a good game. I find that really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before, where it's so split up. Because you might think that this would result in more negative reviews, right? But I think in this case, people will just not buy it. So this review is in a weird way also really good for the game, because it filters out all of those people that are not interested in the game. Like all of these things that this review mentions, people will go through and say, "Oh, wait a minute, this doesn't care. I don't care about these points or whatever," and then they will buy it. So in a way, this review is both bad for them, but also very good for them, because it is telling their audience they should get it. It's very interesting. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. But you know, in general, I'm just happy that people have something that they enjoy. I mean, it's good for everybody, right? Okay, right click. Yes, that is still working. And you are here to die. Card details. We need to move that to the left a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we need to... Okay. The position needs to be updated. What is happening? The... Only mouse is what I said. Does this not matter? Only show for controller. I guess it could also... I still need to think of something in regards to me singing. Okay. I thought you were... 1 second I was like... Are you still talking about mixtape? Can you say what vocal range your voice is covering? Oh, that is... that is a good question. When we were talking about... Task once told me. Let me figure it out. I think what Task sometimes told me is that I'm more in the range of tenor. That is what Task said to me once. And Task knows, because Task was in the choir. So he knows his shit. Band forum, can I find this? No, I cannot search for this, unfortunately. But yeah, this is what Task said to me. So it is definitely tenor, I would say. I remember I've tried to check my range with a friend in the past, and we figured that I'm likely tenor. Yeah, absolutely. You can pitch your voice pretty high then? Yeah. Don't forget, you can... Like, you have a head voice as well, right? And then you can go even higher. So you have this... I don't know what it's called in English, but in German it's called Mischstimme. Mischstimme. Where you get into this range between regular voice and also head voice, Kopfstimme. And then if you go into Kopfstimme, you can get really, really high. But I believe Kopfstimme is something that everybody can do. So I'm not entirely sure how this works for people in the bass region. Falsetto, yes, that's falsetto, true. Try hitting the right notes though, that's a different topic. Yeah, if you're up there, then it's it takes some practice, true. Yeah, in the singing lessons that we had recently, I was trying to sing, what is it called? I forgot what it was called. It was an Ed Sheeran song. The Hobbit the Hobbit song. What was it called? Fire Mountain? Ed Sheeran. I See Fire. Yeah, I See Fire. I sang the intro because I feel like the intro is... I really, really like the intro of I See Fire. But there is one part where he sings... let me try to remember. And on the sky he be filled with... And I sang it an octave lower right now than he usually is. So... And should the sky he be filled with... And that is, you know, an octave higher. So this is really, really high. And I almost died trying that because we trained that for 45 minutes. It was intense. So intense that like 2 lessons later, she was like, "Do you want to see I See Fire again?" And I was like, "No." PTSD is what I said. I'm never gonna sing it again. To be fair, it's so funny how singing works, because the more you try, the more strained you are, the less you're gonna hit the notes, right? So the more relaxed you are, the better you are at singing. So it's this weird thing where if you really, really wanna do a good job, you're likely gonna screw up. And the funny thing about that is, this is in every facet of life. The more you want to try, the more you want to reach anything, the more you're likely gonna push it away from you. And so this is like, it's just so funny that you see this everywhere, because once I got home and I just casually, while doing the dishes or just preparing food, just casually singing it in the high octave or whatever, in the right tone, and I just hit the high note. And it was like, I turned to my wife and I was like, "Oh, there it is." I wasn't even trying. And that is, it is every time, yeah. Every time we are trying really, really hard, you're gonna screw up. And if you don't care about the result at all, you're likely gonna succeed. And this is everywhere. Never force it, yeah, exactly. But it's just so hard to remind yourself all the time. Okay. Glyph index 12. I believe this should be right click, so I'm not sure why this is not working. We can try one. Doesn't really change anything though. Blank normal. No, I need you to be... Glyphs, controller glyphs. What does that do? Mouse? Oh, there it is. Mouse right click. It's number 4. Okay, let's try it again. So then maybe the comment is wrong. It's also the environment. I think art has become very elitist, but it always needs a naive aspect to flourish. Yeah. That is why sometimes you see very big success from people who have not been trained in, who are just self-taught, and who have not grown up in an environment where this was already established or whatever. Because they just do whatever they want. And then it's always like something fresh and something new to people and to the audience. And when you are in this elitist environment, they will always hold you back down, and they will say, no, it's done like this and it's done like that. And then usually what the result of this environment is that everything looks the same. So sometimes you just need to be outside of your bubble. And again, sometimes you get new games and it's the first game and it's an instant hit because it is weird, it is different, and it doesn't adhere to the established rules, and that's everything. That's when you look through the art cycle and whatever. We're just in a museum actually. It's always the biggest artists are the ones that are breaking the rules of the established elites. Oh, it says right stick. Oh, silly me. Silly me. Yeah, 3. Okay. And it's easily reproducible, I guess. It's ironically kind of relevant in this AI age. Yeah. Yes, exactly. AI is trained on the elite. And that is why weird things are, in my opinion, they are gonna be more and more important. The more you just do your own thing and don't stick to color theory or whatever, this might be a bad advice, but the weirder it is, the more people will think, oh yeah, this is not AI generated. This is, oh, a human made this. Oh wow. It's ugly, so it must be human. We will see how this develops. It's an ongoing process, right? But hey, this is working now. Do we want default layer or not? What do we want to do here? What do we want to do? Because if I move my mouse over here, this doesn't change anything, no? Wait, what? This doesn't... Oh, it does. Alternative solutions to already solved problems. Science does it all the time. Why wouldn't we? Haha. I'm gonna... Yeah. Enjoy your tea making. Yeah, that's also interesting because science cannot really relate or depend on AI, can it? Because it has to find new solutions. I guess in a way it can help you with calculations that you need to figure out, where if something takes a lot of calculation, or you know. But yeah, what do you do if you are on the edge of science and you cannot fall back on AI that has been trained on existing science? How are they gonna use AI? I guess their jobs are secure. Is what I want to say. That's the default layer. Now what layer are you on? What layer are you on, my friend? Card details. Okay, that's good. So we can put these guys on card details. That's really good. Move you back to the center. Oh, that's okay. That's X. Let's just move it here for now. We will see. We have to adjust it anyway based on the height. Hello, Zons. How are you? I'm doing great. I am working on small things because in the past 2 or 3 weeks I have, added new features and stuff. So, and I'm planning to launch this patch in, I don't know, mid-June or whatever. So I'm now trying to wrap everything up a little bit and have a beta branch ready soon. Can I ask a favor? Oh yeah, you can. What's up? It depends. Can you port the game to iOS? Ah, yeah, sure. Wait a minute. It's on number 89 on my to-do list. So here's the thing. I actually think this is going to be... Please, this is okay. Here you go. It's one step ahead. I'm just kidding, by the way. So here's the thing. I am actually secretly working on this because I am currently working on Steam Deck verification. If it is Steam Deck verified, that means the game works on small resolutions, which is very, very good, because then I can just wrap this up, pack it up and ship it to iOS. That is my plan, actually. So the priority is actually a bit of a lie, because in fact it's maybe around here, whatever. So I would say maybe here. Because if this patch is done and if we get a Steam Deck verification, that means the font size is alright. And I would say then it's the same for mobile, because it is already on Android. But the font is just very small. It's gonna work better on Android, it's gonna work better on consoles because you're sitting very far away from the TV, and iOS. So iOS is actually what I was still want to do. A friend of mine has already told me, he's like, just release it on iOS, what are you waiting for? So yes, I will definitely do it. I will definitely do it. I'm actually really excited about this because once this is done, once the font size issues are ironed out, yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of time. Let me know when it comes up. Be glad to have it here. All right, thank you very much for wanting to play it there. Would probably pretty neat. They wouldn't buy it maybe if I were to as of now. Okay. Yeah, the only thing that I have to figure out is in-game purchases. But again, I will just talk to my friend again because he has already released his game on iOS, which is called Lost for Swords. So here you go. This is MS-DOS release when? Oh, this is number 2369 on my list. The cool thing about this game, about my friend's game, is that it also works in vertical mode. This is so cool. Now I do have a mock-up for how my game would look like in portrait mode, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. I think it's fine if we just hold it in landscape. So I will focus on that first. But yeah, again, friend of mine has already nudged me towards an iOS release, and I'm like, okay, I will fix the font first, and then it's gonna happen. Are you like, Sons? Are you on the Discord, on the Fate in Despair Discord? Because if you are, on the day it will get released on iOS, I'm definitely gonna have a notification there. So, but yeah, if I ever gonna know when I'm gonna release it on MS-DOS, it's probably only gonna run on MS-DOS 6.2. So anybody who is still not or is still on MS-DOS 6.0, I'm very sorry, but I will likely not be able to support it. All right, the link is right on the Steam page, but I will link it to you. This is the Discord invite. There you go. But yeah, really excited. And then iOS release and then console release. Really, really cool. It's really interesting because then there are a few stores where I can still put the game, right? I can still put it on iOS, consoles. Oh my god, it is raining so hard outside right now. It's crazy. Then maybe GOG, maybe Epic Store, maybe Humble Bundle. I'm not sure yet, but this is what another game dev suggested to me at some point further down the line. I guess that's it. I guess that's it. But yeah, it has a few more stores up its sleeve. Good old game. If you will ever need testing on iOS, you can poke me for that. Alright, cool. Poke Nick Sinali for testing. GOG sounds cool, that's why I buy my nostalgia, yeah. Apparently it is really hard to get into GOG. So they are very strict about quality control and stuff. But, I mean, it's not a bad game. I think Fate in Despair is a good game. It's not an old game yet, but maybe if I wait 2 years, then it's an old game as well. But we will see. I will definitely reach out at some point. My god, it is pouring outside. Even my cat is like, what the hell is going on? Mega meow. Meow. Yeah. Yes, and they will rock the you buy it, you own it model. I like that. Yeah. I mean, it is already out on itch.io, so you can already get the DRM free version. I mean, Steam is also already DRM free. If you buy it once, you can just copy it everywhere. There was even Hagel at Mama Bag's place in Lower Austria. What is a Mama Bag's place? What is that tea bag? Ah, Mama! Oh my God! At your oh my God! That's so funny. Mama bag, father bag. It's tea bag's mama. Yeah. At first, what are you trying to say, T-Bag? Because there are some other mama bags out there, I would say. But anyways, we are the Baba Bagger family. Baba Bagger family. We have reached critical mass, everybody. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? That's definitely an Austrian thing. Let me show everybody. There you go. Now everybody is. Oh, there's not even a photo on the Wikipedia page. That's crazy. So these are the Baba Babas. I don't know if anybody else knows about these. It's basically a children's show, right? I grew up with the show, but yeah. I'm not sure if people have this in Germany as well. I would not have guessed where this leads to, yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, wait a minute. This is the Stuttgarter Zeitung. Yeah, I mean, I kind of answered my own question here. This is not even an Austrian website. Yeah, there you have it. Good shit. Good shit. Forget Macabros, we are Baba Papas now. I was meant to make a card game, but like a turn-based RPG, not necessarily roguelike. What advice would you have? Okay. First of all, I would take a look at this game. Take a look at Chandler, because it is using Magic the Gathering as a basis for combat, but it is wrapped in a campaign. So it has a bit of a... it has an overworld and has very like RPG elements. It has towns you can visit, you know, we can buy and sell stuff. It has mini quests. So definitely check out Chandler. And take a look at maybe other games that are in the same genre. But I would say the first thing that you need to do is figure out a really good combat system. Like what are you gonna do with the cards, right? Figure that out in a prototype. That is the most important thing. And then you can figure out the scaling of how you get the cards and whatever. And then you can build the world and the story on top of that. So you need to start with the systems first. You need to start having a prototype. And if the prototype is fun to play, if you just want to keep playing the prototype, like fight to fight to fight, then you are at a point where you can be like, okay, it's time to add a world map, add NPCs, add a kind of an overarching story and stuff like that. But you have to start with the systems first, with the combat first. The first time I got an ad. Alright, I will be right back. It's IKEA? Oh. IKEA. Wow. The weather outside is crazy, man. The Twitch knows nothing about you. You know nothing, John Twitch. You don't know shit about me. T-Bag is standing outside in the rain and is like, you know nothing about me, John Twitch. It's really Unwetter. Okay, it sounds. You didn't hear anything what I just said? I will repeat it if you... or can you tell me what you heard before the ads started? I completely forgot about the ads. Is that all you've got? This is all you've got? These are all the ads you have to display to me? Okay. Okay, I will repeat it. Take a look at Chandler. Also, really important, I would start with a prototype, Zons, where you test the combat, like figure out a way how you interact with the cards in a combat setting, and make that like set up the systems of your combat system and your inventory system and stuff like that. Like, don't focus on the RPG part, but focus on the interaction of the cards and the... Oh my god, hello Matt Chirpy. I was just gonna explain to Zons about what to do because he wants to make an RPG. Hello everybody, how are you doing? So here's a question. Zons asked what to do about making a turn-based RPG with kind of like a card game and roguelike, right? And I was saying, I think it's really, really important that he has to start working on a prototype and figure out the combat system and just really try to understand what, like focus on the combat stuff first and focus on inventory, focus on the synergies that the cards interact with. And then, once the prototype is really, really fun to play, then you build an RPG around it. Then you can, add a world map, then you can add NPCs and stuff like that. And then you can really make like add a story on top of it. But the most important thing is making a prototype with the combat system. I think this is the most important point. Damn, it's healing. Yeah. It's also the weather outside is crazy right now. How are you doing, Matchup? How was the stream? What were you working on? Also, if we need to run, that's okay. Thank you very much for the raid. How is everybody? I am currently, like, even nobody knows me here, I am called Mothership Philip. I'm working on a game called Faith and Despair. It is a roguelike deck builder that you can check out on Steam. It is out since November 12th on 2025, and I'm still working on it. I'm working on a very big update today. That's coming out mid-June. Probably. It's gonna be a boss update with a lot of new bosses and stuff. You're talking about everything, right? Like stats, VFX, etc. I'm talking about very, very basic stuff. So don't focus on visuals at all first. Focus only purely on the combat system. Like placing cards down and think about what the combat even is supposed to look like. Are you gonna have a grid, like Inscription? Or are you working like Magic the Gathering, where you just place lands first? Or are you more into Slay the Spire, where you have a set amount of energy every turn? You need to figure out the combat system first, and if the combat is fun, then you can just fill out the rest with content and stuff. Stream was good, be testing out a bunch of pixel art fonts and added a setting to switch to easy read fonts. So basically fonts from fonts. Oh yeah, the fonts downward spiral. Once you... Yeah, fonts is an entirely different aspect. Yeah, you would think that game devs already do so much, but then you need to think about fonts. And it's you need to think about fonts, and then you need to think about adding the correct fonts in every language that you've added, like Russian, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, and also the other European languages and stuff like that. It's crazy. More mechanics first makes sense. Yeah, I would, again, focus on the making a really good prototype and then making it look pretty. That is very important. Making sure everything aligned properly in every language and every font, yeah. How long did you spend on getting the game design right for card game? I spent working on Fate and Despair for 3.5 years now. But in the beginning it looked like this. I'm gonna show you. Because I think it's very important to remind people of what games can look like in the beginning. Because it's never pretty, guys. It's never pretty. Anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. Because in the beginning there's always nothing. So this is what it looked like. July 2023. Oh, that's 1 gigabyte, never mind. This is what it looked like in June 2023. So again, I was making a prototype for this game, only focusing on, hey, is this fun? You need to be able to answer the question, is this game fun? And if you can find the fun early in the prototype, then you can continue. Otherwise there's no point in continuing. You should not make a story first. And you should not be like, oh yeah, I will figure out the combat system later. No. The reason why people played Final Fantasy VII is because of the combat system and because of the material system. Everything else, I would say, I mean, the story is pretty good if you ask me, but I would play the game without the story probably. I would probably play Final Fantasy if it was just combat after combat after combat, and maybe with, having access to a shop or an inventory every now and then. You could make a game out of that, to be honest. Quality of life stuff, yeah. Making, hey, I can understand what these cards do, yeah. So this is what it looked like in June 2023. And then I just, I was asking myself, is this fun? Is this not fun? And that is, yeah, you just have to be very honest with yourself. At some point, and now when you have a prototype, you need to give it to people to playtest. Very important. Like, a lot of people start playtesting when the game is done. And then it's like, oh my god, wait a minute, people do not like this. And it can get into very interesting situations where you're like, okay, I just spent 3 years on a game and people do not like it. Well, about that, it might feel like you've wasted a bit of time. So start testing as early as possible. Like, 0 graphics, just give them something to play. Give it to people you have, you don't know. Like some strangers on the internet. Just put up an itch page, put it on there, almost like, I would prefer to be like a WebGL build, because then people can just play it in the browser and just start collecting feedback from the beginning as early as possible. You need to do that. You cannot be like, yeah, now I have a Steam page and the game is coming out tomorrow. You need people to playtest it. There's no way around it. I don't know about other people, or if there are people who can guess what they're making is good. I cannot do that. I would prefer to let other people play it and tell me if it's good or not. But yeah, let me know, Sons, if that answers your question. Also, Kito, are you also a game dev? Because I keep seeing you in Matt Chubby's chat and I was never really sure. But so maybe it's time to clarify. And for anybody else who has not heard of it yet, Shroud of Gloom, it's coming out soon. It even says on the Steam page. Everybody check out Shroud of Gloom. I think it has very nice graphics. You can see that a lot of love and care went into these scenes and into the details. I think it's going to be really cool. Everybody play it and check out the demo. Add it to your wishlist. Not really, just an old hobbyist. Alright. Thanks, brother. Alright, you're welcome. Anytime. If you have any questions like that, keep them coming. Okay, in my case, I'm currently working on the card details, and I want to have an icon here. The icon you can see on the left where it says card details, right? I want people to know that you can right click it to open the details, and this is what I'm currently working on. There's a lot of things that I need to adjust. For example, if the left status background is not high enough or is too high, then I need to adjust the position here. So yeah, a lot of things to figure out. But it already works with keyboard. Is that actually working with X? No. No, it's not working with X. It is, what is it doing on? What keyboard icon does open the details? Is it enter? No. Space is next turn. Oh my god, I don't have a keyboard shortcut for this? That's bad. It should also work. Should also work with keyboard X. I just realized. Anyways, Shroud of Gloom is coming out soon. It even rhymes, yeah. And Matt Jerpy has found a lot of success on TikTok. Like actually insane numbers. It's just a shame that the conversion rate is so low, because you know TikTok wants to have the people stay on the app, so there's not a lot of opportunity to link your game or whatever. But I mean what was it, like 200,000 views or whatever on one of the TikToks? That's crazy. After that, your next project should be open world MMORPG, K-pop auto battler. Yes, exactly, in that order. Exactly. Can you imagine an MMORPG K-pop auto battler? You know what? That would actually be really interesting. MMO K-pop auto battler. I kind of like that idea. With tanks, of course, with tanks. Recently, somebody posted the anime where, what was it? The anime girls were driving around tanks because it was just their tradition or whatever. I think it wasn't it Nick Sinali? Yeah, I don't know who posted it, but it was kind of hilarious. I'm like, okay. Girls and Panzer, was that it? I think that was it, yeah. That was crazy. Yeah, I guess this was it, yeah. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, that was Nick Sinali. Yeah, okay. Does this have a trailer? It doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah. Now you have the inspiration for this MMO, Girls and Tanks. The new TikTok is closing in on 200k views now. Average conversion of like one wishlist per 3,000 views. I mean, to be fair, you're still getting wishlists basically from nothing, right? And that's so awesome. I mean, it would be even nicer if it worked much better. But I don't know if people know this person, but there's a person called some Emily. What's it called? Sompa Emily? God damn it, I always forget her name. I told Matt Chubb about her. Anything is better than zero. Yeah, exactly. And I actually met this person at GDC. Oh my god, when did we speak? That was a while ago. Oh my god. I've gotten a few applications. This was the trailer talk. And no, it was Sondring Emily. There it is. So this Emily does a lot of this stuff as well, where I think she has completely figured out how to make anything go, at least, yeah, go viral. Let's just say it. And even she sometimes, you know, this only has like 227 likes, but you know, normally it works out completely fine. And if you watch her content and also her GDC talk, then you will understand what she does to make all of this happen. It was really, really fascinating. Like, sometimes people say you cannot plan for virality or whatever. There is a bit of a science behind it, I would say. So you can fabricate a little bit. But yeah, a little bit of luck is also involved, I would say. There's like 66 wish lists. Who sold his soul? Always T with the important fun facts, yeah. Not always fun, but always important, at least to me. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the follow. Tammer the Hammer. What a nice name. But yeah, going viral is very... So here's the thing. I don't know if Chop is still here. Never mind. Hello, Tammer the Hammer. Here's the thing about going viral. Why Sondering Emily is also doing it is because if you have a profile with big numbers, that can help you a lot. Like, even if it doesn't convert to wishlists directly, it can convert to the wishlist indirectly because, for example, Sondering Emily, now that she has a lot of followers, the followers by itself don't mean a lot of things. But people like the organizers of GDC, they see these numbers and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna invite you to have a talk. Thank you for the sub, gamedev. They're gonna invite you to a talk and pay for the trip and the hotel. So sometimes people say numbers don't matter. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they absolutely do. You get into events like these and then you can talk to other people in the same circle and whatever. It definitely helps. Still got a lot of followers, etc., which are potential wishers. Yeah, exactly. So it might not be like a direct effect, but I mean, big numbers are big numbers. It will open doors. In one way or another, it will open doors. I always find YouTube videos about having not a lot of likes and not a lot of followers, and then they always like, yeah, I know, you know what, followers don't matter, post anyway, and that is true. But at some point, follow number matters. Big numbers just matter. It is just, very basic human nature. We like big numbers. Someone already redeemed Austrian dialect, yeah. Waiter. Numbers go up, brain happy. Yeah, not only brain happy, also, companies happy and stuff like that. They see somebody with a lot of numbers and they're like, oh my God, if this person, we can sponsor this person. We can sponsor this person and, pay them a little bit and then, maybe they will sell our product through their website. I think Matt Joppy actually got sponsorships on his streams, right? So numbers matter. At some point it will pay for something, or, result in something. Companies sink the most money into user acquisition, so basically converting anything from a free post is like a blessing from heaven. Absolutely. Raid and run, yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Chirpy, for a raid, and have a nice evening, rest of your day. But yeah, no, it's always good to see when something pays off. I have here's a very funny story about virality on TikTok. I'm gonna tell you the story because it's so hilarious. I just need to remember the name. Okay, it's on Instagram. So I have song lessons, right? And there is a person, a singer. Oh my God, I need to be very careful because Instagram is showing me once again the most absurd shit. Ah, there it is. I already found him. He's doing a really good job. So I've started doing singing lessons like a year ago, and I started with a teacher who I switched teachers afterwards because I wanted to have the same lessons with my wife together. So it's not because I didn't like the teacher, it's just because the hours did not align. But I'm gonna tell you the story because it's so fascinating about being viral on Reels or whatever. This guy, he wanted to just become, he just wanted to click with his compositions, right? He just wanted to be famous or whatever. He wanted to have success just by writing his own songs. But it didn't work out. So one day, he just had a random thought in his head. So one day, he just did something absolutely stupid, and he put his microphone into his guitar. So I'm gonna show you. This is what happened before that. He had a series of writing a song every day for an entire year, and he got 24 likes, okay? And then, randomly, he put his microphone into his guitar, and he got 418,000 likes. It's just crazy, and I'm gonna show you, I'm just gonna show you the reel. Send this to someone to wish them a good night. And this got 480,000 likes, and it's just so hilarious. And then, of course, you know what? He found something that works, right? So he has big numbers now, and yeah, that's it works for him. He every now and then he just barely able to handle it exactly. Now and then he uses the same trick again to gain more likes and gain more followers, and then in between he just uses his old songs or his compositions again. But you know what? He found something that worked, and this is, you know, you can just increase the numbers using that, and I think this is just such a funny story. And of course, yeah, you can say that you're kind of then stuck into this. And it is a little bit sad because, you know, everybody should go viral with his own compositions and stuff. But you know what? The world works in mysterious ways. It is what it is. Companies treat stuff like this. You could remotely take it seriously. We're living in the weirdest timeline. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is just so weird. Like, he will be doing the same with every time. He even made another reel saying that, because people asked him, right, why are you always putting your microphone in your guitar? And then he said, yeah, because it works. Because it works. Then that's it. What else do you need? It works for him, man. And you know, once you see viral stuff, then you go to the profile and then you're like, oh my god, they have been doing this for a year. It is almost like do you guys know this horror anime or this horror manga where people see the hole and they say, oh my god, this is my hole. It was made for me. This is almost what it feels like, because they see this, they see success, it happens to them, and then just squeeze into that hole until it ruins them. And at the other end, you cannot recognize them anymore. And it's really scary. It is really, really scary. But why does it work? So in this case, I would say it works because of expectations. The title on the reel says, send this to someone to wish them a good night. The expectation is completely different from the outcome. So it subverts your expectations and turns it into something really hilarious, because your brain is like, oh my god, I cannot, this is not what I expected. So it's firing everything off, and it's like, oh my god, this is so funny because it's so random. It's completely unexpected. No, you just would not imagine a musician who is serious about his work uploads anything like that, because the audio quality is absolute trash. You see somebody with a trumpet and you're expecting a beautiful song or something like that, right? But not something that is complete and utter distortion. If it works, it works. Cannot argue with that logic. Yeah, especially in this economy, right? If you find something that works, wouldn't you also try to mine it in a way? I don't know. See nice video, follow person, go to the page, notice it's the thing, unfollow person. That happens a lot, yeah. I would say this. So I had a video go viral because I was talking about this game and how a publisher said that this looks AI. And I was on the front page of Reddit at some point, and my reel got like 45,000 likes and stuff like that. I came into work on a Monday, and a co-worker of mine wrote to me that he saw me on Reddit, and I'm like, okay, how is this? Okay, so the next thought that I had was, okay, is this my niche? Is this my thing now? Am I gonna talk about AI forever now? And I tried talking about AI a little bit, like 2 or 3 times, and I uploaded it, and I saw that it did actually result in some numbers, because it is a very important topic right now, right? But then I was like, you know what? I will not do it. No, I will not follow this. I will figure out a way to go viral again. I will not put myself into this hole. This hole was not made for me. Somebody else can fill this hole. It's fine. I don't need it. But it is, I saw it with my own eyes, how enticing it is and how dangerous it is, because I was like, do I stop posting anything else? Is this my job now? Do I talk about AI all day? Is this it? Maybe it is, I don't know, but I don't know, I like exploring other things. You might summon cornered if you mention trumpets 3 times in front of a mirror. Let's try it out. Okay? Trumpet. 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 Is he here? I think I saw you in Corner when you shared the secret of random number creation. Some people were mad in the comment section. Are you serious? Are you joking right now or not? Because that is insane. I would rather prefer to just talk, to be honest. Okay. Of course not. Okay. I don't want to be on the Krone-Zeitung. Thank God. So yeah, this is the virality. It is very fascinating how things can go viral out of nowhere. But yeah, don't let yourself be put into a mold. Don't let yourself be put into one category, and then, I mean, it is, I still experience it. I still feel like, you know, sometimes people say, oh my God, the creator of Halfquake is now making Cat and Betty. And like, yeah, let me explore, okay? I'm here on this planet to do whatever I want. Would be fun, mother and debate. Did you see this, man? If you see him, hide your lava lamp. Damn. Yeah, that would be funny. Absolutely. No, I hope I'm not gonna be part of any drama. I mean, drama, you know, is good for visibility. Good for what is it called? Anyways, a creator of Cat and Betty is making tournament. Oh my God, tournament. Yes, and the story behind that is super wholesome. Which one? Did the creator of Tournament recent release Face in Despair? Cannot believe it. I think you mean Turner. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was thinking you maybe were doing a joke, doing a bit. Oh, the story behind Cat and Betty. Yes, that's true. I made it for my wife. That's true, yeah. The story behind it. The story behind something can sell a thing even though the thing itself is not that interesting, which is also something I learned over the years. Honest misinformation spreading here? No, that's fine. It's not the best name. Let's be fair. Why would anybody doubt you doing that? I think the whole content creator thing is its own thing. People connected it to all kinds of stuff. Yeah, no, it is definitely, it is one of the reasons why I went to TwitchCon last year, because I wanted to experience these people. I wanted to experience it myself, close up, and it taught me a lot. I mean, in general, I would say people always say that influencers are very entitled and stuff like that, right? But in general, I would say they are just very free in a weird sense. Because they just do whatever they feel like, and it's just so freeing. I really enjoyed my time with them. These sweaty people, no, they were. I mean, were they sweaty? Maybe, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, the game needs to be developing. I think I threw away the card status settings where I put everything on card details. Yeah, okay, let's try it again. Move this to the card details sorting layer, yes. As well as over here, card details sorting layer. And we should have the correct symbol. As well as, I think it should also work on controller, but I cannot test it right now. I have a controller here, but I don't know where the cable is. The cable is here. Yeah, here it is. I could probably try it. Hang on 1 second. I got my trusty old PS3 controller over here. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? So beautiful. Dude, I love playing with the PS3 controller. It's so good. It's the best ever. Gerät wird eingerichtet. Xbox 360 controller. Yeah, I'm using SCP Toolkit to run it with the controller. With the PS3 controller. And no, it's not related to SCP Foundation. It's got to be the best controller ever made. It is. I honestly think it is. It is so good. And I'm so sad that it is not in production anymore. Like the only PS3 controllers that you find nowadays. Look at it. Look at it. The only PS3 controllers that you can find nowadays are either people, you know, on eBay or whatever. But I would be very skeptical of those. Or just some strange, you know, imitations that are just not the same anymore. You're coding now with the controller? Yeah, I'm coding with the controller now, see? No, I actually wanted to see if the glyph is correct. The glyph is correct. Yeah, okay, we need to... But on controller it needs to be square, so it needs to have a different one. Alright. Yeah, coding with controller is probably possible. Do you guys not know the radial menu? Radial input on PS4. Wasn't there a radial? Oh shit! Where you could just type out stuff. I believe you could actually code with that. Radial input keyboard on PS4. No, that might not be it. The suffering of selecting arrow letter with L and R, yes. To be honest, on the PS4 controller you could also use the motion controls, and that worked surprisingly well. Just grab my PS3 controller, it's all covered in dust and cat fur. Yeah, maybe that's what makes it better. Who knows? If you're into that. If you are into that. Okay, so we need to make a separate one. Needs to be a separate one for controller square. Okay, and it also needs to work with X. Okay, let's try that. Motion control like dancing your code. That would be new developer arithmetics, yeah. You know, coding with the dance mat. Somebody get Miss Mika on that and teach her how to write Python with a dance mat. I think that's the final boss. honestly think that's the final boss. Motion more grip because of the dust intertwine with the fur, plus keeps the hands dry. Exactly, yeah, it's just, you know, all around a win. Just whenever you start playing with the controller, just take it and roll it onto onto the stomach of your cat a little bit, you know, in all directions. Make sure it is a little bit wet first, I mean the controller, so it picks up the maximum amount of fur, and then you're ready. It's the equivalent of blowing into your cartridge. Otherwise it will not work. There would be someone out there who could code with a dance mat, probably. And old T-Bag here cannot do it with 2 hands on the keyboard. I honestly think that you can, T-Bag. I honestly think you can. Everybody can code. As long as you understand, if, then, else, what variables are, maybe a for loop, maybe a while loop, maybe a function, maybe a class, I don't know, who needs classes. Yeah, you pretty much set. A friend of mine made a game without knowing what an array is, and it sold a lot of copies. So you don't even need to know what an array is to be a game developer. I always bring up this example because it's just so beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I like this so much because it goes against the gatekeeping that's always ongoing. When people say, "Oh my God, you have 2,000 lines of code. How can you be a game developer?" Well, if the 2,000 lines of code are making you $1,000 per year, I would say that's pretty good. Someone right now in the fanciest outfit is just rocking recurse functions on the dance mat right now. Probably. Also, they are probably wearing striped socks. Let's be honest. Okay, and they go to IKEA and buy a shark plushie. Is it 2,000 total or per class? Per class. Let's be honest here. Nobody writes the game in 2,000 lines of code nowadays. Programmer sucks, exactly. Yeah. You need at least you need 2,000 lines of code just to get a game up from the start. Just to get a game running, man. I don't need how many lines of code does Unity have? That's just the basement. Yeah, for those who don't know, I have a lot more lines than 2,000, but I will not elaborate. That's it. Okay, we need to have a separate one. Controllers display. This is for mouse. Let's make it only for mouse. Even tab is dying. Only for controller. I would like to have an only for mouse, please. That would be really nice. And I would like to have it today. Is that possible? Or are you going home soon? No, that's possible. That's possible. I just saw a comic where somebody went into the office of an engineer, and then the person that went inside of the office said, this is your next task, it is very high priority. Also, this is your next task, also very high priority. And this task, very high priority. And then the engineer is like, you do realize that everything is not high priority, so what am I gonna work on now? Yeah. It's always the same. It happens to me still. The email subject says urgent, super urgent, prioritization 0. And I'm like, okay, I am already working on a super urgent prioritization 0 item. What am I gonna do? What are you suggesting I should do? Stop everything and start the other one, or what is the... How urgent is it really? We discussed that already. List code per class, way more classes. Yeah. Super duper prior -1. Ah, I see. So it's kind of like rarity in World of Warcraft. Or in Final Fantasy 14, where they have one rarity, it's super rare, but then the next patch comes out and everything is worthless, and you need to do the end game again. It's probably like that. But yeah, less code per class. I'm not sure if that's the solution. I'm not sure. There is a bit of a counter movement to this, you know, to the style of programming. Okay, I think I need to double this and say only show for controller, only show for mouse. This is false by default, yes. Where is this used? Often when you question the prioritization approach, you get a, yeah, we're agile. We are working, we have the waterfall principle. What's the style of programming you're talking about? We are talking about the fact that some games are made with tons and thousands of lines in one class, and then there are people who say that you cannot be a game developer if you write code this way, but then this game gets released and makes a lot of money. So it is, the question is this just gatekeeping, or what is the real benefit of, you know, maybe if you're working as a team, then maybe you have to be very strict, right? But at some point, does it really matter if you have a very big class, even if all of the functions are are actually kind of, you know, in the same type or in the same category, and you will still be able to find stuff because it's in this giant class, right? At one point, you have to ask yourself: is it better to have 9,000 lines, or is it better to have 100 classes? Hello, Robert. Show us your big boss. Yeah. It's not about how the game will work. It's just about how easy it is to maintain it. Yes, that's true. So here's the thing. A lot of people write code in a way where they try to foresee problems and then they implement solutions for problems that don't exist yet. So this is this bloat in the beginning that doesn't need to exist. So I personally believe it's better to write something that works and that may be a bit, you know, ugly. Maybe it's not clean code or whatever, but you can always refactor it later, because if you have an error in your game that is not high priority, that is not often visited by the player or whatever, it's fine if it has a giant class behind it. Now, if it's something that is your main inside of your main loop of your game, and it needs to be very performant, it needs to be very easily understood by other people who are also working the same code, then it pays off if you invest time into this and refactor it and make it beautiful. But I would say that, you know, some parts of your project can be ugly because it doesn't really matter. Our style is dance mat coding. Yeah, we just realized that nobody that I know of has ever tried to code using a dance mat. But, you know, I would like to be proven wrong. I think nobody needs permission from anyone to be creative, yeah. So here's the thing. If you're in software development, I think there's still a bit of a different thing going on, right? In terms of, compared to game dev. Because it is a little bit more into the creative side and a bit more of the artistic side of things. And yeah, I think the big concern for me, at least, is isolation and side effects. I think big class tends to be very difficult to debug sometimes. Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. And sometimes, you know, even for this game, for example, I had map generation. I refactored the map generation 3 times because I realized, like, the first map that the map code that I had, had a lot of problems. And it was fine for prototyping, right? But as soon as I got stuck because I couldn't implement the ideas anymore that I had, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to invest a week and just completely rewrite it. And I did this twice because I was like, okay, I need to decrease the percentage of certain events, and I just need to have like a settings file where I can just enter the events and the percentage of how often they appear in the map. So I just refactored it again. And in terms of readability now, it has subclasses now, but it is still a maze. It is still a maze. You still have to look around and understand, okay, for this, I'm using this class, for this, I'm using this class. And then the problem is when it's segmented into very small classes or a lot of classes, then it's like, then you always have to do this class jumping, because you have this over here and then you have to trace your steps back to the bigger class or whatever. And then you go to the next class and you're like, this happens here because it's called from here, but now I'm here. How does this work together? You still have to have this mental map. So what I'm trying to say is if a project is huge, it's just huge. You cannot simplify a big project. There's just no way around it. A big project is just going to be big. That's my take. I like to chop big things into small things, so it's way easier to ignore them. It almost sounds like a life hack, teabag. I'm a big fan of single responsibility. I'm a huge fan of small functions. So even if I have like a big class with a lot of code, my functions, I like them to be very small, and they should always like do, as few things as possible. I'm a huge fan of those, because if you have a start run function and it just calls a bunch of other functions, then you still have this overview of like, okay, whenever a run starts, this happens. You don't need to know exactly what the smaller functions do, but you still have this overview. So this is small functions are, I think, the top tier advice for programming that everybody can do and is very easy to implement. Sometimes people over-engineer, yes. I think this comes from the fact because some people just like coding a lot, because it gives them, a problem to solve, and they like solving this problem. So it's sometimes people just make games because they enjoy this side of it. Some people just make their own game engines, right? So I'm not a person who just goes and makes their own game engine, because I would like to make a game. For me, programming is still just a tool. I like programming, but at the end of the day, I want to have a game. Too many jumps is just complicated. Yeah, I remember that I had a software project once for a calculator, like a food calculator for pets. And I was, when I wrote this, I was in this bubble of clean code and clean architecture and everything. And everything can be in a class. Like if you have a piece of code that doesn't fit with the rest of the code, then it has this code smell, and you can probably extract a class out of that. And I was in this camp back then, right? So I had a tiny calculator, which is just a form that you enter numbers into. And it was completely over-engineered, because it had a class for every type of things that you could select. Like every form input was its own class almost. And then I had tests for it for every test case, and it had unit tests. And at the end of it, I was so proud of it. I was like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful code I've ever written. Until the customer wanted to change something. Then it was like, oh shit. I made this completely complicated structure, and if I want to change something in this class, oh my God, this traces back to this class. How am I gonna, because of they depended on each, did not depend from each other because it was inheritance, right? Because dog food, and then you had the treats, and then you had a special treat, so it all traced back to this one. And then I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And then you had to adjust all of the tests again, and it was a very rigid structure. And I'm not saying that a big class would help in that case, but it was just completely over-engineered. Hear me out. Hear me out, Robert. A calculator for pets. Yeah, I know. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, so there's this, what is it called? Dunning-Kruger effect or whatever, where at the beginning you know nothing, and then you start learning things, and then you have this clean code and you try everything. And at the end of it, you're like, oh yeah, let's just go back to basics. It's fine. It's fine, guys. We can just have a big project. It's fine. Okay, controller, show from controller, and this and this and this. If we have only show for mouse, type equals controller. Okay, that's weird. Ah, okay, I see. Do we have a controller type joystick? Oh, wait a minute. I can probably say this and this. Enabled is false. Let's try that. You have a great peace of mind. That's good. Gave up on programming and started knitting. Yeah. You know what? Hats off to you. I'm glad you're happy now, Rupert. This is something that I joked about recently with another game dev friend of mine. I was like, maybe, you know, we could just live on the land and, you know, not sit in front of a computer all day. Maybe that's the true end goal of a game dev, of every game dev. To not make games anymore. I think at the peak of the Dunning-Kruger effect, you will get a strong impression of what you don't need or want, and then give up on the preventive perfectionism. Yeah, exactly. The preventive perfectionism is often what gets to people. Yeah, I would agree. Because people, you know, when you start planning a project, then people will storm the room and say, but what if? What if that? What if this? And I'm like, okay, but you have to first build something and then go from there. Okay. If it's only show for mouse and not mouse, enable false. Good. But what if? What if somebody comes along and wants to play Faith in Despair, and during the card battles, he sometimes just wants to play a jump and run game out of nowhere? What if? So in that case, you have to add a button in the menu to switch to a 2D jump and run, where you might still be able to collect cards. But then it's like, yeah, but what if? What if the player then wants to have an MMORPG? Okay, so let's add an MMORPG. I'm sure there's a Unity plugin. Great idea. Can you maybe do QuickTime events too? Yeah, but they have to be optional, right? And they have to appear exactly when you're ready for them, not when you're not ready. When it's like you kind of have to feel it out. Like you have your own algorithm for that, where it's like, oh yeah, I feel like the player is now ready for a QTE. Okay, now. You're almost like the director in Truman Show. The MMORPG K-pop auto battler. Here we go again. Yeah, I think you onto something, T-Bag. I have not seen this before. I have not seen it before. Imagine people go online and then you just sit there and they are surrounded by K-pop idols, men and women, and they're just all battling around them and then they just go AFK. And that is the entire game. It's just a virtual planet of K-pop idols and their masters. Just duking it out. And I will have a break now. When you click and right before that, something pops up and sends you on a link. Oh yeah, true. That's amazing.
Yes.
The only thing left to look forward to. Freedom, all I have left to achieve. Freedom, I have been waiting for 3,000 years. Release me, I am the king of a million tears. Yes. Yes. Why do we all have to work these ridiculous times? All right. Here's Teabag.
Don't be a fool.
I'm not trying to be. I'm trying not to be. So, is this working? Is this working? No. Because we need to actively say if it's a keyboard. Is it the exact opposite? If only show for mouse and... Here go all of my sheep, we're back at 0. Oh, random bug has been staying up. Let's debug it out. Let's say active controller type to string. And let's see what happens. Managed only 2. Can some of you let me some of your sheep? It seems to me we need to add some sort of gambling to chat so you guys can earn more of sheep. The clip track. What? Which clip? Is that? Yeah, it is possible. Oh, giving somebody sheep? I don't know. Ah, this one. Yeah. That was a. If you tell me how, I will. I got many saved up for necessary TTS. I'm not sure if there's a way, but maybe you guys can figure it out. So move mouse over here. Oh, I do not see anything. Oh, now it works. What? It only... Wait. Wait. Okay, what? Let's figure this out again. It only happens the first time. Which makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Hello, Peanuts. How are you? How was your weekend? I'm excited for Berlin. Yes, flight is on Wednesday, and then I will likely be live streaming like IRL in Berlin. That's at least the plan. We will see. And yeah, Amaze Fest. Did I ask you? Like, are you are you also gonna be at the Amaze Fest, or are you close to Berlin? I don't remember if I asked you. But yeah, that's a really good clip. Okay, let's okay, this is keyboard. Where? Why and where? Keyboard. Okay, if only show for mouse. Wait, what? It's not. Oh, well, if you okay, guys, if you implement a feature, make sure the feature is active. Okay, this is the learning for today. It will be on test. Yes, you okay, yeah, same. To be honest, I think it would be fun. Continue. Now it works. Okay. So it also needs to apply for the text. Text. Do I have a text reference? Description, yes. Description enabled. Oh, enabled is false. Otherwise, enable everything. Let's try it again. Now it should only show for the mouse, and then we can set a different glyph for controller and stuff. It's a bit complicated, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna meet some really cool people. The thing that I wanna try to do, it's just an idea. It's probably not gonna happen. But what I would like to do is interview people there. We will see. In your humble opinion, would it be nice to use A equals 1 and A equals 0 instead of A equals true and A equals false? Since I am a bit of a Perl programmer, I have been using ones and zeros instead of true and false for quite a few years. And I believe it's weird. Like, in retrospect, I think just having Boolean values is just so much cleaner, because then there's no question if there can be a 2 or a 3, right? If you have Boolean, it's either true or false. Okay, people might say that it's true, false, or undefined, but it's not good. And if it's 0 or 1, then it's like, but can this also be 2? Can this also be -1? Can this be 0.5? Can this be, what can it be? So having a boolean is very clear. 3 is neutral. Okay. See? 3 is neutral. Yeah, I should have known, to be honest. No, it's there's no question about it. I mean, it's nice that in Perl everything is 0 or 1. Actually, I think it's even undev or 1. That is what it is in Perl. But it gets very weird very quickly, because then you have... Wait a minute, the Alexa in the kitchen just started playing music. Alexa, stop! Okay. Started playing music out of nowhere. Of course I can do that. I can play music for you. Anyway. No, I really like C#. Like, I'm a... C# at the moment is my favorite language, where it's just true or false. That's it. Or you can have an enum. It's just... enums are beautiful. I love enums. Then there's no question of what the value can be. You know what? You need to go into a public transport, like a subway or whatever, and then just say, okay Google, wie ist das Wetter heute? And then, I don't know, maybe...
Gibt es in Wien Schauer bei 30 Grad. Aktuell ist es regnerisch bei 14 Grad.
Maybe the entire subway is gonna activate. I really, you know what? Someone needs to try that. Alexa started playing music, yeah. You cannot do that? You can. You absolutely can. Every time I do it, it activates my mobile phone and the mobile phone of my wife. And then I'm just like, interesting. There are no safeguards for that. And then I said, because it's just Gemini, right? Then I said, okay Google, what have you been talking about last time? I don't know. Stop it. And I don't know where it goes with that. Will it actually talk about the recent thing that you are talking about? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's would definitely be a fun experiment. Okay. This is now working. That's great. What did I order last time? That's a good one. And then you just... The entire subway is like, oh my god, you know, scrambling to get the phones and... Oh my god. Yeah, okay, to be fair, it's probably just gonna go through everybody's earphones. Yeah, everybody is having earphones now, right? Yeah, it's probably not gonna work. But you know, maybe. Okay, let me duplicate that. Duplicate. This is for keyboard controller. Is it? Yeah. And then we have, this needs to be square. So it's a 1, okay. See out loud, browser history from last night. Everybody will be like, oh my god. That's the new, people will no longer say, tickets please. No, they will say, all right, Google. Do you know the South Park episode about having your internet history online? No, I do not know about that. That is interesting. Only show the controller. Speaking of Alexis, Russia has its own version called Alisa, and these teens yelled Alisa, turn on Russian anthem, max volume into a bunch of open apartment windows at night. Did it actually work? Oh my god. Yeah, see, I think this is really funny. I think you can totally do this here. Just go through the streets and yell the same with, you know. You can hear multiple turning on responses. That's so funny. For now, Alexa is only playing music. We should be worried when she bought 3 PlayStations all by her own. Yeah, true. Absolutely. I once wrote something like "thank you for your effort" or something like that into the browser because I wanted to check for spelling, and Google said you're welcome. Yeah. Okay, this needs to be added too. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. And yeah, we also have to make it work. But that's the fun part. Make sure to thank your search engine today. Yeah. Thank you for your service. I never thought of that, but you could tell an Alexis command in public transport there must be wheels. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. There must be. So we have this here, and then when I move this here, it does not work. What about controller? Okay, controller works. That is interesting. Because it says controller only. Yeah. So we need do we need a keyboard? Wait, I don't want to do that. Do we want to have a only show for keyword as well? Let's do it because it might be a different one. Only show. This is ugly as hell. I would not advise doing anything like this. Do not do this at home, guys. Heading off. Gotta get some sleep. 12 days in office. Continues tomorrow. Wish me luck. I wish you all the best. Good luck, T-Bag. And I hope you can sleep. Thank you, internet provider. Thank you, Mastercraft. Yeah, to be fair, you should be grateful for everything. Like having energy, electricity, and internet. I know we we take it for granted sometimes. Keyboard. I know I try to be more grateful, I think. More aware of it. Thank you, Ritali. Lebenswerken, that's a big one, yeah. That's a big one. T-Bagosaurus. I had a power outage in my flat for like 4 hours a few days ago. It turns out someone ripped off the note from the front door. Oh shit. That's bad. That is devious. Oh god, did you guys see the, because we just talked about, you know, things doing in public. Did you guys hear about the Scientology speedruns? Like what the hell is going on there? Oh, what is going on? People are just running into the Scientology buildings and try to get as far as possible without getting arrested. I don't know what is going on there. Does anybody know how this came to be? Please comment if you know more about this meme's origins. I have no fucking idea. But it's gotten a little bit out of hand because now people, oh my god, they actually have a map and everything. I think it's gone out of hand because people are not calling it riots and arrests and everything. Scientology is such a scam anyways. No, I completely agree. I mean, they try to map it out. Oh my god, that's so funny. I think they closed them down right and took off the door handles. Yes, they did. But, you know, not everywhere, I would say. Inspection training, what is going on? No, this is insane. I don't know. But I would like to, I don't know, where this is coming from. I still have no idea why they even keep it that secret. So, yeah, I've seen comments saying that, you know, a friend of mine started going into the Scientology direction, and then at some point they stopped hearing from them entirely. Like they completely disappeared off the map. It is scary. So I don't know what's going on there. It takes a Tom Cruise, I guess, to escape. I don't know. I guess he's still in there. Okay, let's see if this is working. Is it still raining? Okay, Google, regnet es noch? Shady stuff, yeah.
Berlin ist in der Nacht mit Regen zu rechnen.
Okay, in der Nacht. Is it night? Yeah, I guess it is night. Card details. Card details? This is working? Oh my god, it's working for every device. That's really cool. Now we have to... No, wait a minute. We cannot use Y. We cannot use Y. It needs to be... On controller, it needs to be something else. Wait a minute. Wait. Triangle. No. It needs to be square. 1. 1, please. Controller needs to be 1. And on keyboard, it can also be 1. That's fine. Yeah, no, it is crazy how there can be groups of people who have such a weird influence on other people. And I still don't know. But I mean, to be honest, I have not read up on Scientology, but I still don't know what they're about. Do they think they are an alien race, or what do they believe in actually? Like, just judging from the name, I would assume they just believe in science. But I don't think that's true. So I'm not sure. Do they have a god? Do they have what are they doing? Watch the South Park episode. Oh, did they explain it or what? There's a South Park episode for Scientology. I think they believe that a UFO dropped into a volcano and the alien should soul possesses us and make us evil. Actually, is that it? That is the lore behind Scientology. Okay. That is scary. But I guess not scarier than Christianity. Where they believe that somebody died on a cross and he just revived. I mean, you know. I believe in willpower, but anyway. I wish the theory was true. It's like, I wish you would just stop into a volcano finally. I'm just so tired of the normalcy around me. I want to live in more interesting times, please. Aliens, just fly into a volcano already. I'm ready. Give me the volcano aliens. Christian law is at least cool. Oh yeah. Can you split the sea? Yeah, I can. Show me. At least Christianity kind of aligns with many other religions over the world. Yeah. I mean, wait, hang on a second. What are you trying to say? Scientology sounds fake. Who are you to say, Nick Sinali, that it is not the other way around? Because Scientologists, they might think, oh my god, Christianity, that's so fake, dude. That was so yesterday. Volcano aliens, yeah. The values of religions align kinda, not Scientology. Pray to volcano alien Jesus, everybody. He got thrown into the volcano, but the next day he erupted again. Bridge. I believe to the Emperor of Mankind. I believe. Wait a minute. I believe. Do you believe to be the Emperor of Mankind, or do you believe in the Emperor of Mankind? Who is the Emperor of Mankind? Is it you, Peanuts? Did we? I forgot. Maybe I didn't check my email this morning. Are you the new emperor? If so, I salute you. I don't want any trouble. Getting called out for not believing into aliens, not on bucket list for sure. Yeah. You know what? I am supposed to be the person listening to Voices of the Void. True. Volcano Jesus and his mighty eruption. If the answer is yes, I have some questions, Peanut. No. In the Emperor of Mankind. Just some Warhammer 40k stuff. Okay. By the way, I just recently saw on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I don't know how I saw this. In the meme channel, probably. Somebody asked when the other 39,999 games of Warhammer are coming out finally. Are they getting a remaster? Or is it or is that it? That just reminds me, when's the Backrooms movie coming out? Oh, end of this month, okay. This is huge, guys. This is huge. Backrooms movie. Heretic, oh. You know what? You almost had us, Peanuts. You almost had like 5 followers already. So you could have just said, yes, I'm the Emperor. And that would have been it. You know? You almost started a movement there. 40k is the amount of RAM the original game needed. Just like Mario 64. Made 40k RAM? In this economy? No. We would have obeyed, yeah. Even people who were allergic to peanuts would have agreed that this is the new emperor. Rule 1, the minted has to be Sliphead. Oh my god. Let me share the post about aliens. What is that? The aliens are 5'4", 49 kilogram cat girls. I have to go. Bipedal female form, humanoid with feline characteristics, including external ear, appendage, and the... Okay. Apparent gender is female. What does that even mean? Feline 4 appendages, mobile. Okay. A tic-tac shaped aircraft doing physically impossible maneuvers. Ultimate doesn't matter because these aliens aren't hot anime girls. Well, apparently they are. A non-terrestrial humanoid entity was encountered by a US Army. Interesting. Okay, well, somebody is gonna have a field day with that. There what? No observable body here. They were just not trying hard enough, I guess. they were, yeah. Cats are aliens, I knew it. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Because if you look into the eyes of a cat, you will see the universe. So it is definitely... Furry artists are jumping with joy right now. Yeah, furry artists at the moment are like, I was right. Finally, after 40 years, I was right. Check quote quick reads. By the way, I don't think I can. I'm not logged in. What is even this? I don't know, man. I think if aliens would be feline humanoids, the human race would be extinct in 3 generations. Probably. But maybe it already happens without aliens, so who knows? Because nobody wants to go on dates anymore because TikTok is so much more enticing. If you look closely, it's either anime, manga, or Voices of the Void. Ah, okay. Damn, dude. The guy who made Voices of the Void, he's like he definitely was in the right moment, in just the right time, man. Whatever he did it right. Alright. We have the info for card details, now we just need to make it work. That means input. Player movement CS. The person who makes models for Voice of the Word retweeted with a simple quote of "Oh." Ah, yeah, perfect reaction, absolutely. Card close up. Oh, there it is. If mouse mode. Let's copy this, and then we have on square update once. If in a fight return. No, we want if get active card is not null and picked card is null. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Show for get active card. I feel like this needs to have some guardrails around it, but for now let's leave it at that. I want an alien life not to be carbon based. Maybe there's some sentient huge rock or plasma based organism which lives in absurdly large time scale compared to us. Why does it always have to be weird humanoids? Yeah. No, I think you're right, Punk. I think, for example, the sun is probably alive. Just slowly dying because it's burning. No, I also believe if you... Here's a spooky story for the night. The sun is a deadly laser. Here's a spooky story for the night, right? Humans, like, you don't actually see with your eyes. Your brain just, takes up light or whatever and just takes whatever it wants, and it just interpreted for you to understand what is happening around you. But there are things that you can pick up, maybe not even with a human-made instrument or whatever. So I personally believe that we are living among aliens already, and you just cannot see them. You just cannot perceive them. You just cannot touch them or whatever. They're walking among us. And that is why people believe in ghosts, because sometimes, they see through the cracks a little bit. But yeah, I think it's amazing that we don't actually see it. Just a guess. Like, even if you just look straight ahead and then your brain is like, oh yeah, I guess this is this, I guess this is that. Sure, yeah, let's present an image. That's fine. Can they see us too? Yes, they can. They can see you and hear you and smell you. A giant ball of fire in the sky that tries to give you skin cancer, and if you look at it, you go blind. Yeah, it's not the best kind of thing, I guess. With a sprinkle of vitamin D. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know why it's giving us vitamin D and cancer. I mean, it's almost like a choice in Slay the Spire 2. Yeah, you can pick this. You can have vitamin D, but you will have cancer. Do you want that in the first chapter? I guess not. Let's see if this is working. It's important as well. It is very important. But we have learned that you don't need the sun for that. You can You can just take a supplement. All makes perfect sense. Just go work 40 hours, all gonna be fine. Did you have to go there? Did you have to go there? Okay, let's see if this is working. Square, yes. Okay, that looks very good. So even if I select this, I can still go here. Okay. Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff that I need to figure out. But at least from a functionality point of view, everything works. Okay, it works with controller. Does it work with keyboard? Space card details? No. No. Nah. It's not space. It needs to be X or whatever. Space. See, it was good that I picked a different icon for this. Is this controls display? Yeah. I guess it needs to be... What does it need to be? X. No. XCV. Did you prototype your game with a paper prototype before you made it in Unity? Let me think. So what I definitely did... That's a good question. What I definitely did, I remember very clearly the moment I had the idea for this, because I was looking at magic cards. So I was like, what if I take the magic cards and distill them into what they are, triggers, actions and modifiers, and then you have triggers, actions and modifiers. What if these are the Larkhammer from Final Fantasy VII? And I remember going into the next room and just writing this down. And that was it. I think this is what was on the paper. But then I still needed to make the decision on what kind of game I wanted to make. Because at this point I had 3 ideas that I wanted to make a game out of. And my wife and I made a decision matrix, which of these ideas was the most viable. And then we landed on the card game. But I think I never really made a paper prototype in that sense. I did have some notes on paper, but I was never like, I think I drew the grid, like what the board looks like in general. Like I had the cards down here, then the cards that you put down and the enemy cards. I think this was what I had as a sketch. But that was about it. Like I just jumped into the prototype immediately because I knew I wanted to have cards in hand, cards that you play, and enemy cards, kind of like solitaire. That was the basic thing, and I knew that if I had this in a prototype relatively soon, then I have the visual here and then just keep building on that. Hello Arithmeticus, I asked because I'm struggling with making a prototype. What is too much polish and what is too less? Oh, so in those terms, Phase in Despair was very interesting because I did have what is a prototype in this case, right? It is a roguelike deck builder. What does that mean? Well, when can you say that the game is working? And usually a prototype needs to answer the question if a game is working and then if a game is fun. But how can you tell in a roguelike deck builder if it is fun or not? So in this case, it actually took me a long time to make this prototype because I need to add cards, including card handling. Then you need to add, the triggers, actions, modifiers. Triggers, actions, modifiers. You need to add enemies, a way to play cards, including, creatures and spells. And then I was like, yeah, but this how there's no progression, so I needed to have a very basic map system, and you needed to have an inventory to build your cards, because this was this is the main idea, this is the main loop. So to even get a prototype off the ground, I had to hammer out a lot of basic systems already. And then I was like, yeah, but how can I say if this is fun if I don't have enough lacrima, the triggers, actions, and modifiers? Because if you only have 3 of those, only one trigger, only one action, only one modifier, it is very boring. Like if you don't have this, if you only have it until here, and it's like, oh, this is the most basic ass game ever. And it is not fun at all. So if you evaluate it at this point, then you would probably be able to cancel it, because like, yeah, I don't know how to make this fun. So I had to add at least like 30 or 40 lacrimas. And then you have to add a boss fight and elite fights. So it was a long time for me to say, okay, this is the prototype now, and I can let people play it. But the entire time I was not. This is a very difficult topic indeed. Because at the entire time I was not really focusing on visuals. I was just trying to figure out, is the gameplay itself fun enough that the visuals don't matter? That is the questions that you need to have an answer for. Now the other side of this coin is that I personally I like when it looks at least a little bit nice, like a little bit of polish, or I don't know. It's like I had the benefit that this game is based on the previous 2 games, even so it is using the previous 2 Unity projects. So what I did, I was just reusing visual effects. I'm just using VFX that are used for like big effects or big moments in the previous game, and of course sound effects, all from the previous game, just to have something in the game that feels like it sparkles a little bit. Because those assets were quite polished, because these games are already finished. Reuse them in this game and go from there. Maybe that's something that you can do. Because you have a game out, maybe you can pull some of the VFX and put it into your game, like even if it's just visual effects and sound effects, put them into your game and it will already feel much better for a prototype, and you don't have to invest a lot of time into that. But yeah, it's in a system-based game, it is a crawl to get to prototype where you can really answer the question if this game is going to work or not. I think overall, I was, a friend of mine, I used to, while doing this prototype and whatever, I used to talk to friends regularly, gamedev friends, and they would always ask me, so how is your game coming along? And then I would say, like months after month, I would say, yeah, I'm still prototyping. and then he said, are you still prototyping? I was like, yeah, it's, I don't know what to tell you. I'm still trying to figure it out, man. That was really valuable to hear. Thank you for the question, Peanuts. Action-based combat is hard as well. Yeah, no, I believe it. I believe you, because you have to imagine a very polished version of what you see in front of you, right? And then you say, okay, this is what we have right now. Just imagine it super polished. Okay. Prestige HBO series about a mentally unstable game developer who is making his prototype indie game more and more ambitious and gets more insane over the decades. Yeah. Who are those game dev friends? Wouldn't you like to know? But yeah, it's a tough question to answer. And then some people say that when you have the prototype and you answer this question of whether it is fun or not, some people suggest to throw away the prototype and start again. That is not something I would entirely do. I think you can expand on the prototype if it's not. But it's you know, some people say the prototype has to be hacked together and as quickly as possible, and I agree, absolutely. But when you throw away the prototype, I feel like maybe some of the sketchiness and some of the fun that you found might get lost. So I think people need to be a bit more careful. Not letting me into this rent group. No, I just don't wanna, you know, out them. Super interesting, funny how the individualization always seems to be part of how to monetize an already working game in the end. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, because this is why I always sit here and, you know, I get these motivation boosts. I'm like, oh yeah, this next update is gonna be so awesome. And then I'm here and I'm like, oh, but did it move the needle? Like at one point, would it have been enough as a game? You know, it is really hard to measure. Time for me to go. Please have fun in Berlin. Safe travels. All right. See you, Renderpunk. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today. Again, always a pleasure having you. Because when it looks bad, you cannot really show it to strangers online. That is a good point, Peanuts. That is a good point. I gotta say, the first time I put my game, I made my game public was in the spare devlog number 1. This is what it looked like when I made it public. And some people might say this is too early. Maybe, I don't know. You could play the first build, I think, pretty early on. We build once more, 3 dimensions, shadows, boss fight, sacrifice, housekeeping, road to demo, early access. Okay, yeah. I launched the demo, the public demo. What was it? Okay, I made the prototype, announced the game I was working on, so it took from June. I made the prototype in June, and in December it was playable. In December it looked like this. This was the cover for it. Do we have a screenshot here? Oh, this is yucky. Demo feedback, maybe there's something. Oh no, it's the same one. Yeah, in December it looked kind of like this. You know, still very rough. And looks pretty good in my opinion. I show bad looking things to strangers. Robot is very, you know. I guess what you can try to make it look clean or whatever at least. That is the least thing that you can do. And again, you can just reuse assets from your previous game. I think this is a big advantage, maybe in your case. I don't know. I think you can just recycle some of the old stuff and then replace it later, of course. But the polished assets from a previous game, I mean, they should sell the game a little bit. But in my case, again, some people would say it was way too early. I would say it was quite alright because I've gotten feedback from way early on, and that is invaluable because then you have other people tell you, yeah, you know what, you have something here, keep going. And I'm like, okay, all right. What do you mean prototyping burnout? Prototyping burnout can exist in a blocked out environment. Because burnout is all about how the car handles and how the driving feels. I think you can show a prototype of burnout pretty easily. I don't mind. But maybe not to strangers or external people. This is an internal prototype. Easy just smashing boxes. Exactly, yeah. No, it's I don't know. Burnout is like you need to get the basics done, and then it's like, yeah, and then you can visualize that you have a track or a city, and it's like, yeah, just keep building it. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. Okay. You need camera effects to sell the speed, detail cores, to see as real, scripting to show slow motions. It needs to be close to complete to feel good. I mean, I would like to see how they prototyped it. You're rotating your head a lot. How many monitors do you use? I use 7. Anyway, it was a really cool stream. I think we did a lot. We had a lot of good discussions and made a lot of good progress. I will be in Berlin starting on Wednesday, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream. My plan is to do at least one IRL stream on Wednesday and another one on Friday, but I don't know yet, so we will see. I wished everybody a nice evening. We're gonna raid Adventure Pro Jim. He's working on a game, Eye of the Commando in Godot. He's working on updates, and it looks like a Duke Nukem revival, third person. That looks really interesting, so we're gonna check that out for sure. Anyway, I wish you all a nice rest of the week, and maybe we'll see each other on Wednesday and on Friday, okay? Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Goodbye.